Yo, 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 and hello, and welcome to the 140th episode of GameSpeak Podcast. New episodes go up for free feed subscribers every Wednesday in audio format on Apple Podcasts, Stitcher, Google Play, Spotify, and all of your favorite podcast platforms, as well as in video format on YouTube so you can see us in stunning HD, where we need you to hit subscribe and click that notification bell. This show is two childhood BFFs bringing you all things video games. You can find us online at createforsanity.com, where you can subscribe to our newsletter to never miss an episode and buy sick t-shirts from our shop. Also, be sure to join the community in the Facebook group at facebook.com/group/GameSpeak Podcast to hang and talk games with other nerds like us. I'm one of your hosts, JAMAL Al-Jafra, alongside Brent. He only does nothing bass.
Only does nothing.
Yeah, I'm just going to start insulting you every time we get
Brent, lazy piece of shit. Bass.
Brent, waste of space bass.
Brent, looks like you put on a few pounds. Bass.
Oh my god. That'd be fucked up. But, you know, that's how we do things here on GameSpeak.
Yeah,
Welcome to the friendship.
We keep it fucked up around here.
Yeah, just when you think everything's going fine,
Bam.
we're going to ruin it
We
for
fuck
you.
it up.
Hope your day's going well.
Not.
Not.
We just reach through the speaker and pull your emergency brake, you know?
Holy shit. I feel like we'd have a lawsuit on our hands.
Well, fortunately,
but
we can't do that.
we'd be
It's not
studied
possible.
for like,
Yeah.
you know, they'd be like, how did they do that?
It'd be some X-Men shit for sure.
Maybe we could like make people do it themselves. Like, you know, we just,
Just mind control. The whole episode from here on is just like us, like, pull the emergency brake. Pull
Please
the
pull
emergency,
the emergency brake.
Just like, ah! Swerve off the bridge.
Yeah, don't pull the e-brake unless you have to.
Pull the emergency brake.
Yeah.
Pull the emergency brake. Pull the emergency.
And then it's like it becomes like a slow like Queen harmony. It's like, pull the emergency brake.
It's just playing backwards. Like,
I could do that. I could go in there while I'm editing this, cut out a clip of us saying pull the emergency brake, reverse it, put it back into the episode.
quietly,
Very
through
quietly.
the whole episode.
Yeah,
in the background. Everybody's like, what's that white noise? Really, it's
Yeah.
just us subliminally.
Like, oh, it's just their normal bullshit production quality. No, just kidding.
Do they have a guest on this episode?
No, but you'll never know. So, anyways, what's been up, man? What you been doing this week?
Oh man, a lot of stuff, a lot of things I've been doing. I went out of town. I went to Llano, Texas for my parents' like Thanksgiving.
Ooh.
You know, hung out with my fam, hung out with the sister, her kids. You know,
Nice. The neffs.
the neffs. Yeah, my one nephew is like walking and talking and doing all kinds of. He's just getting huge and it's crazy.
Is
to
he
see him.
swole?
No, I mean he's not like.
Oh,
He's just jacked, dog. I don't know.
he's like 4 years old. Like,
he's like, what up? Just like
he's getting huge, dude. What's wrong with your nephew, bro?
just walk in. He's like flexing, like
Staring down the dogs and stuff. No.
Oh man, yeah. Did you watch the Mandalorian?
Yeah, episode 2, dude. Did you?
Yeah.
How'd you feel? We got to talk about this. It's not even spoiler. We're not going to get into spoilers, but there is a baby Yoda. You know,
Yoda
like
thing.
I feel like we talked about
What
this.
race is Yoda?
They've never said what.
He's never
race
gotten like a specific name. Okay, so that's fair.
Yeah.
We'll just call him Baby Yoda for just the sake of.
There's a lot of theories.
Yeah.
There's a lot of theories going around that maybe.
As far as we're aware, there are other Yoda-like aliens, though, right? I mean,
so far, the only other one we've ever seen was Yaddle, which she was on the Jedi Council.
Right,
but she disappeared in between the first movie, The Phantom Menace, and Attack of the Clones. So
why did she disappear?
that's what people are saying. Maybe she got knocked up, so she had to ditch the Jedi Council because the
it's
timing
against the
works
Jedi
out.
Order for her to
Be slobbing on them knobs.
slobbing knobs.
Yeah, so...
The real question is, was she whose knob was she slobbing? Because like if it's an interspecies kind of thing, I'm sure like sex has to be kind of like species like specific,
Yeah,
just
that's
because
what
of like the. So I mean, the only other one we're aware of is Yoda.
But they wouldn't do that. I feel like they would.
I don't know. Yoda was how old was Yoda? At that
No,
point?
I'm not saying Yoda wouldn't do it. I'm saying Disney
I was about to
wouldn't
say,
do
no,
that.
I mean, Yoda, do or
You
do
know-
not. There is no try, motherfucker. You know what I mean?
He's like, and doing is what I've been doing. It's like, yeah. So they were fucking, but no, I'm just kidding. I feel like that's what happened, though. You know, maybe she just got. I don't think it has anything to do with Yoda, but maybe with Yaddle.
Maybe.
You know, like that's their way of like not getting Yoda involved.
Oh, well, whatever it is, that was intense. That whole fight scene with the mammoth
dude.
thing. Whoa, dude! Like that was kind of. I like how.
Wait,
like,
we can't talk about that.
I won't like
though.
ruin anything special, but like
There's a big fight.
the choreography and all the fights in the show is just fantastic. The fight he has with the Jawas at the beginning is really great too.
The music.
I
is
like
great.
that they did the Jawas too. I feel like we haven't seen Jawas in a like TV or a show format in a long time, or like a movie format. You know?
Oh yeah, and they like actually kind of talk to them in this one.
You get a little bit of their like weird culture kind of, and like that big machine thing. I don't know, the whole fight scene. All the fights are really well choreographed in this show. Like,
Definitely, there's a little bit of humor too that keeps it lighthearted. I like the.
It's a really easy watch. It's like super chill. I mean, not chill, but it's like not something you have to like sit there and process. It's just like, oh yeah,
this happened.
Yeah.
It's like I can't wait till the next episode.
Yeah,
I feel like honestly, there's not enough in each episode, just because it's like a SpongeBob episode long.
Well, it's also and it's because like you get that it's so high quality that it feels like a Star Wars movie, and then it's just over.
Gone.
You know what I mean? And you're used to these like 3-hour like epic Star Wars productions, so it's like it's got that kind of quality. So it's just like I don't know.
I'm kind of worried though because I feel like no answer to who this baby is ever going to be enough to the hype that I've built up in my mind around this baby Yoda.
Right?
You know, like they're just gonna be like, oh, it's just a random, Yoda, whatever species it is, and I'm like, oh, that's lame.
I bet they go to the planet where the baby's from, and we see like all of the Yodas, like
they're all just talking backwards and shit. Like, no, I mean like how Yoda talks.
Oh, I was like, why would they be talking backwards?
Yeah. I saw a couple of pretty funny memes on it. Like people were talking about like, it's like everybody when The Force Awakens came out, it's like porgs are the most adorable character in Star Wars, and then like it was like Baby Yoda. It's like my beer you will hold. it's like damn,
dude. Baby Yoda
like
is maybe the cutest thing I've ever seen in my whole life. It's
oh my gosh.
Whenever it was like trying to like heal his little wound.
Oh
like,
my god,
oh, it's like so cute. He's like
the funny thing is, another thing going on, like the theories, the baby is 50 years old, so and which means it's the same age as Darth Vader at the same time.
Well, in the movie where Luke Skywalker and Yoda meet, I think Yoda's like 800 or something. Yeah, he's old as fuck. I mean, they live for a long time.
Yeah,
that specific species.
No, I just found it interesting that he's the same age as Anakin.
Oh.
Like, technically, he was born at the same time
Anakin's son.
No, it'd be his, like, brother.
Anakin fucked that bitch on the council. Anakin was getting it in at that point. You know
Anakin wouldn't. No, they were, like, born the same year.
11-year-old Anakin was hitting everything in sight, dude.
You talking about Padme? He was all up in
He was fucking
First
Padme.
off, that was weird.
He was fucking that Yoda bitch on the Jedi Council.
Did no one find that odd that Padme was, like, 20-something, and he was, like...
Yeah, how come that wasn't like nobody was a little weirded out by that?
Yeah, she was way older than him.
Yeah,
like
that was like Natalie Portman, right?
Yeah, it was Natalie Portman. Somehow they came out the same age, like in the next movie, like in Attack of the Clones, like they were the same age. Like it made no sense, like because whenever they first met, she was like,
I don't think they were ever like the same age technically. Like I think in the plot, like she was definitely way older than him. You know,
I don't think so, dude. Like
I mean,
they looked the same age in the next one because they brought in a different actor. Remember?
Well, yeah, he grew up, but she still looked fine.
But she stayed
was
the
like,
same.
I think she just like retained her hotness, but like got older. You know what I mean?
She was like that.
She just went. I mean, she was kind of like young, but like she was maybe okay. Like so, like she's 18. Let's just say she's 18.
Okay, she's 18 while he's like 10.
Yeah. Okay. Weird as fuck. Okay.
Yeah.
But let's say,
she's like, one day.
he ages 10 years from there. Okay. He's 20 now. He's looking good. He's looking fresh, looking like a young Jedi.
Yeah, she's 28. I guess that's fine.
You're not going to look much different at 28 from 18. A little bit, probably, but not like, enough to where it's like, okay, a divisive like plot point. You know what I mean?
And she's a girl, like more feminine, so she can wear like makeup and stuff like that. Keep her.
I mean, look at Obi-Wan. I mean, you want to talk about people looking different?
Oh yeah, he came out looking like straight Jesus Christ,
like,
dude.
Holy shit, dude.
But yeah, that makes sense. But also, while we're on Star Wars,
I feel like this is going to be a Star Warsy episode today.
Oh yeah, sure. I'm sure it will be. But there, like, just on Star Wars, I got to talk about. I've been watching, like, if you're into the expanded universe of Star Wars at all, or if you're just into Star Wars, like, I am so fucking hyped about Star Wars right now. Like, just because the new movie's coming, this happens to me every year. Every year a Star Wars movie comes out, like, I get the Harry Potter depth of, like, I just go insane with it. Like, I start
Disney
reading
Plus
the books.
Stuff isn't helping
Disney
with
Plus.
Yeah, there's so much content.
If you have Disney Plus and and you got the Star Wars bug like I do, and you haven't watched this, go watch Star Wars Rebels. I'm in season 3.
Star Wars Rebels.
Yeah,
is it an animated show?
It's an animated show, but it's dark. It's not like
it's not like Clone Wars.
It's like Clone Wars, but people die like consistently. Like, it's not like every episode is like its own thing. Like, they're all interconnected and building up to, like, Darth Maul's back.
Cool.
Yeah, so Darth Maul's there. It follows this kid named Ezra, who's actually Force sensitive, and this guy named Kanan, this is all after Order 66, so they're like surviving out, they're building the rebellion. And so, like, it follows like these two Jedi as they like work with this team of like a Mandalorian and like a couple of other characters, Twi'lek and all this stuff, as they try to get everything interconnected. You see like General Thrawn and like all these other things. It's really interesting. Like, Lando appears in some of the episodes. Leia appears in one of the episodes.
That's cool.
Yeah.
When did this all come out?
I think it started in 2014 and it ended in 2017.
So pretty recently.
Yeah, and Darth Vader's in it. Ahsoka from which is like Anakin's Padawan, like whenever like
is
from
it
the
like
Clone
about
Wars.
the Sith, or is it like?
No, it's about the two Jedi after Order 66 trying to not get caught by Vader, but also trying to build the rebellion. So I don't know how it's going to end. I know, like, Ahsoka was all the way through the Clone Wars. Like,
isn't Darth Maul dead at that point?
Well, that was the thing. He came back, so
okay.
like he didn't die. The Clone Wars animated series showed that Darth Maul didn't die, and then I
never actually watched the Clone Wars animated series, but I know it's actually one of like the higher rated like Star Wars shows.
Really fucking good.
I've heard it's excellent.
If you like KOTOR and you like stuff like that, this is worth a watch. I mean, it has like certain aspects of it that are like kid friendly, but for the most part, it's like straight up like they'll just like lightsaber people, like blow people up. Like, there's like one part where like the Empire is like checking on like this factory where they're building speeder bikes, and like there was like an insurgent from one of the rebellions, or from the rebellion, where they had like a inside man who was like making the stuff, but he was making it to where it would be faulty. And so like he's like, oh, did you just build this speeder? And like he had everybody stop and like had him get on the speeder and like rev it up. He's like, get it up to 90. And he's like, well, I can't, and he's like, do it. And, so he like pushes it all the way, and it ends up just like exploding and killing him like in front of everybody. And they're all just like, oh my God. And he's like, no one leaves. He's like, and they're like, he's just going around he's like, everyone's going to test everything they make. So, he's like, you better make it fucking work. It's like,
shit.
It's intense. Like there's a lot of like moments like that. And then there's also like the Star Wars moments where like beautiful things happen and it just brings a tear to your eye. And you're like, man, I love Rebels, dude. I'm almost done. There's only 4 seasons. So.
And last night I watched the that Avengers movie.
Which one? Endgame? Oh, yeah. Okay. How'd that go for you?
It was all right. I actually, to be honest with you, I like Infinity War a lot more.
Really?
Yeah. Everybody's all, Endgame. And I'll admit, it was a good movie, But I feel like it undid a lot of what made Infinity War such a great movie. You know what I mean?
Well, see, the way that I see it, it's a theme park movie. No, I'm just kidding. No, I think it's more because of the event that took place in that movie is why people are so like, you know.
I don't know. I definitely can get it. I mean, there was a lot going on there, and it was fun.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But I don't know. Like, I don't know.
It's like, was it worth it? Was it worth it? You know,
I don't know, man. I don't know if it was worth it. Like,
yeah.
it was worth it. I mean, it was a good movie. I'd watch it again, probably. You know what I mean? At some point. But, like, I just think that Infinity War was the better of the two, and I'm probably in the minority on that opinion. You know,
I haven't seen either of them, so
no, they're worth a watch.
Yeah,
you should check it out.
I haven't watched like any of the MCU except for the Avengers movie.
It doesn't really matter. I mean, you know enough about superheroes to know who everybody is.
Yeah, what's going on.
The only thing I was a little confused about is because I didn't watch Captain Marvel. That's the only one that
I've heard that wasn't good, though.
I know, me too. That's why I skipped it.
Though it's the highest
But she was
rated.
like super important in Endgame, so it's like I feel like I should have watched it because it's like I have no, because she's the only, every other character I'm like, oh, okay, Ant-Man, he like he gets little, you know, and then there's like the other guy, there's Spider-Man. Everybody knows Spider-Man, you know.
Who?
Everybody knows the Avengers, you know.
Yeah,
it's like,
yeah.
So I was like, I don't feel like I need that much more backstory on those guys, you know. It's like I get it; they've done some crazy heroic shit, but then you got Captain Marvel over here, and I'm like, what the fuck? Like, she's over here just doing all kinds of like supernova shit. Like, where the fuck was she the first time all this shit was going down? You know, I gotta watch the movie. You know, what I mean?
She was off somewhere else or something.
I think so. Yeah,
you know, like doing stuff.
See, that's why I need to watch the movie because it's like, I don't know.
Yeah.
You know? I'm so confused.
You know, what do these superheroes do whenever there's not like intergalactic threats? You know, like I feel like they just must live boring ass lives and they have to go work normal ass jobs because it's like you can't just fight bad guys like with the type of powers they have. Like you'd be exploding people on the streets and stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's like you would just have a mundane life with amazing powers.
Yeah, I mean, it wouldn't be that mundane. It'd be cool, you know? It'd be cooler than a regular life still.
How are they getting paid, by the way? Do they get paid?
Sponsorships, probably. I mean, let's just imagine that superheroes were real. Like, and like, it was just a commonplace thing. Like, you knew Spider-Man would probably come save you if some shit was going down.
Yeah.
Like,
just tip him when he saves you?
I'm thinking, like, Reebok and shit would, like, endorse Spider-Man, you know, and have him, like, in commercials and shit. You know what I mean? I mean, like, that's just...
He's just, like, swinging around with some Adidas on, like, over his suit.
You know?
His suit is, like, Nike.
Yes, like, dude. He'd have, like, a big old Nike swoop under the fucking, like...
He'd be like Ninja, like with his mixer and Twitch shit. Like he just reps whatever is like paying him. That makes sense, I guess. That you gotta get spider food somehow.
I mean, that's how I'm thinking that it would all go down. You know?
For sure.
Sponsors.
I like that. But before we jump into the news, guys, y'all should go check out the Gaming Council podcast. They're also on Apple Podcasts and stuff like that. They're our boys, and we're gonna be doing a collaboration with them pretty soon. So and they got a lot of gaming content weekly, and they do something on Instagram called like the Mobile Minute, which is pretty interesting, where they talk about mobile games and stuff like that.
Oh yeah,
so,
and mobile. I feel like mobile games are just evolving. You know what I mean? So it's a good time to be listening and keeping your ear to the ground on the mobile game front.
Yeah.
You know?
They popping. So we're gonna jump into the video game news and
goodness. There's a lot of news this week.
Just so you guys know, we are using articles from gaming news sites from around the web, and we do not claim any of the articles as our own. We are simply giving commentary on these articles. And we're going to start it off with something really big, which actually you might already have it. You know what I'm talking about? It's the VR. If you can,
you can go ahead, read it out,
okay.
Baby.
Half-Life Alyx, a new VR game in the Half-Life series, has officially been announced. The new title is described in a tweet as Valve's flagship VR title and will be unveiled on Thursday, November 20th at 10 a.m. Pacific time. So that's like tomorrow?
This is so exciting to me.
Yeah, this has been rumored for some time now, and it appears those rumors are true. Thankfully, we don't have to wait long to find out more. It's been over 12 years since the last Half-Life title, Half-Life 2 Episode 2, which ended on a cliffhanger, was released. We know that a third episode, or possibly Half-Life 3, was in development, but with the series long dormant and Valve seemingly having moved on, it was unclear whether we would ever see Half-Life again. It's possible that Half-Life Alyx will be exclusive to the Valve Index VR headset, but we won't know for sure until Valve shows their new game off on November 20th.
Oh, man. I personally think that it won't be exclusive to the Valve Index because the Valve Index is, like, expensive as fuck, okay? And I think they know that with the VR market how it is right now,
they got to get it to everyone.
They got to get it to as many headsets as they can. So I think what's going to happen is that every headset that's powerful enough to play it will probably be able to play it. I know it said Steam VR, and I know Valve has stake in Steam, you know, so it probably won't be on like PlayStation. You know what I mean?
Don't think so.
But I think and it probably won't be on Oculus Quest because that's like, you know, the Oculus Play store or whatever. But I think every headset that can operate from Steam VR will probably be able to run this. So I'm thinking if you have a Rift S or if you have a Vive or if you have a, you know, whatever, a Lenovo, you know, mixed reality or whatever, you'll probably be able to, and that's just my guess. I don't know that for a fact, you know, but I think that's how they're going to sell the most copies of this.
I agree.
And I don't know, man. I'm so hyped.
I am too.
You know, there's so much hate on this right now on the Twitter.
What?
If you go into like the comments, it's toxic, dude.
Just because people don't want it on VR?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like, we've been waiting 15 years and you're gonna put it on VR? You're such horrible people. Fuck you.
It's not even Half-Life 3.
That's what I said. It's like an offshoot thing. It's like, if anything, this should give you renewed hope that there
will be a third.
Yeah, like that the series isn't dead, you know? And okay, like, let's just step back from all of that and just think about this as like a VR title. Like, Half-Life's environments and stuff are so perfect for VR.
And the physics and everything.
The physics with the gravity gun and like the dark, like, laboratory style settings and shit. Or, oh my god, it gets me so hyped.
The future. And
get that crowbar and just beat the shit out of something with it in VR, dude.
There's going to be some kind of mechanics that are going to evolve, you know, like not like throughout the game, but evolve VR gaming. You know,
absolutely.
like there's no way that they're going to put this game out and it not have something.
I know they've been working on this for a while.
Oh, yeah.
And I think that a big thing about this is that if it's a Valve game, and Valve just launched the Valve Index, and Valve Index has the, like, finger controllers. So I'm thinking, you know, even if it is compatible with the other, you know, headsets, it will have like special compatibility with the Valve Index. So like it'll be incentive to go get a Valve Index or whatever. Yeah. You know what I mean? But I'm thinking you'll still be able to play it on the other stuff. But man, I'm thinking we're gonna have like, this game's gonna be built from the ground up with VR in mind. So like every drawer and shit you'll probably be able to open and like explore and like pick stuff up. It's gonna be so cool.
Hopefully so. I mean, they're like always on the cutting edge. Like, I mean, that's what Half-Life was known for, was being, you know, next level. So this is the next step. You know, VR is the next step. So all these people complaining are just people on Twitter. So that's all I have to say about it.
I hope they have a jet ski thing in VR. That would be fucking cool. You know, like in Half-Life.
Oh, that would be cool. Like the little like boats that are like the little, what are those called?
Know,
like wind boats?
Yeah, dude. Where you're like going through the fucking river thing.
And,
like,
yeah, dude. Super cool. Yeah, I'm excited. I'll play some VR for that.
Dude, same.
Anyway, what you got over there?
Okay, so Microsoft announced a large batch of new Xbox Game Pass games at its XO19 event in London, including some that are available to download and play right now. We also got word on some exciting future editions, including those from the Final Fantasy and Yakuza franchises. Beyond that, the company announced that Game Pass subscribers will get free trial subscriptions of a handful of other services like EA Access and Spotify. So, available now to Xbox Game Pass, we have Age of Empires 2 Definitive Edition. That's just to the PC one. Age of Wonders Planetfall. Hearts of Iron 4 Cadet Edition. That's another PC-only one.
Yeah.
Lego the Ninjago movie video game.
Fuck yeah, dude. No, I'm just kidding. I have no idea.
Rage
Ninjago.
2, so that's pretty cool. Remnant from the Ashes. The Talos Principle, which I've heard is good. Tracks the Train Set game. Okay.
Oh, yeah, we talked about that coming out last week.
Yeah, that hot shit. Okay, but look, we also have, this is games coming throughout the holidays in like early 2020, so I'm just going to blast through them because there's a bunch, but there's some really good ones here. We got Carry On, not sure what that is. Chris Tales, Cyber Shadow, I'm not really sure about either of those. Darksiders 3, Double Kick Heroes, Edge of Eternity, Final Fantasy 7, Final Fantasy 8 Remastered, Final Fantasy 9, Final Fantasy 10 HD Remastered, Final Fantasy 10-2 HD Remastered, Final Fantasy 12 The Zodiac Age, Final Fantasy 13, Final Fantasy 13-2, Lightning Returns, Final Fantasy 13, and Final Fantasy 15 will all be coming. Forager is coming. Haven is coming. It Lurks Below. Levelhead. Life is Strange 2, Episode 4 and 5. My Friend Pedro. Pogs. She Dreams Elsewhere. Skatebird. Streets of Rage 4. Scrougebringer. Supraland. Tekken 7. Tuhu Luna Nights. The Escapist 2. The Red Lantern. The Red Strings Club. The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt. Vambrace Cold Soul, West of Dead, Yakuza 0, Yakuza Kiwami, and Yakuza Kiwami 2.
Damn.
Yeah.
That's a list.
So, okay, I think the big highlights here are all of these Final Fantasy games. You know what I mean?
For
That's
sure.
a fuckload of cool games right there, including like Final Fantasy 7 and 8 and 9.
Yeah,
you know
some
what I
good
mean?
RPGs.
Yeah, some good RPGs. Yakuza. Okay, dude, you got to play Yakuza now that it's coming to Xbox
Yeah,
for free.
I will for sure.
Kiwami is so much fun. It's like an old game, but they like redid it, and I don't know, dude, it's a lot of fun. It really holds up for an old game, you know? I think you'll like it.
For sure. I'm going to check it out.
But I'm excited to be able to play number 2 and stuff. And of course The Witcher 3, dude, like one of the best games ever made, fucking coming, so that's exciting.
Yep, it is coming. It's going to be there. And I'm not going to play it.
Oh, dude, you really should try it.
I have tried it.
You have tried it?
I just didn't like it.
You didn't like it?
I suck, dude. I just don't like the high fantasy. Like, there's something about it. I can't get into it. Like, no matter how fucking hard I try. Like, I put my mind into it one day. You can ask Brittany, because, which is my girlfriend, you know, we were like, I downloaded it and I was like, I'm going to play this game. And I like put like 4 or 5 hours into it and I was like, this game sucks. Like, I just,
dude,
it's not that the game sucks. It's that
I was about to say, you can't just say that.
I don't mean The Witcher 3 sucks. I mean, like, it's not my cup of tea. You know,
that's real.
It sucks for JAMAL.
Yeah.
Because, like, the funny thing is if you were to just, like, put it all in a cyberpunk universe, I'd be like, okay, I'm into it.
Oh.
Yeah, which is why
Lucky for
Cyberpunk
you,
2077 is going to be great, you know? But anyways, a little bit more drama in Hollywood as actor Willem Dafoe's career has embraced all sides of cinema, from the biggest blockbusters to the smallest, weirdest art house movies. So when it comes to the current debate inspired by director Martin Scorsese about whether superhero movies count as cinema, it's not surprising Dafoe has an opinion.
This is getting out of hand.
I know. Dafoe has appeared in 2 of the most successful superhero movies of the past 2 decades.
Spider-Man 1 and Spider-Man 2.
Sam Raimi's 2001 movie Spider-Man and last year's DC blockbuster Aquaman.
Oh, he's an Aquaman?
Yeah, in an interview with 92nd Street Y, Dafoe spoke about how superhero movie making has changed over the years, and from his point of view, not for the better.
Ooh.
Quote, Spider-Man was great fun because Sam Raimi made that like it was a little independent film, he said. I'm going to try and talk like him via IndieWire. And also that was before a lot of the technology was in place.
Oh, that sounds pretty good.
And comic book movies were fairly new.
You sound just
So
like
it was
him.
exciting.
If you like close your eyes, like when I'm listening to this through the radio tomorrow or whatever. It's gonna sound great. Like
there was nothing by the numbers. They didn't roll it in the experts. Now it's become the industry outgrew itself. Defoe admitted that he didn't want to bite the hand that feeds me, but admitted the experience of shooting Aquaman was not the same. You have fun with some of these things that you get to do because there's lots of hardware and there's lots of crazy crane shots and those kinds of things. He said, that's fun, but stuff is overshot. They spend a lot of money on big set pieces. Godspeed, Spider-Man. No, because that's what delivers the action. And I find them too long and noisy. Look, those aren't the movies I run to. So basically he's saying he likes the more fun, like it's like you gotta put the time into it, like as the actor, and he feels like in these movies it's the technology that does the work and the actor is just there. You know what he's saying?
Yeah.
Because I don't care. But that's what he's saying.
That's real, I guess.
Yeah.
I feel like he's just saying we
need to get back to the heart.
We need Sam Raimi directing more
like what if
superhero movies.
Like I'm thinking like we take the best parts of Spider-Man 3, and just put it into Endgame, and there you go. You got a movie.
It's just Endgame, and then halfway through he's just
starts
like
dancing.
snapping and
turns emo. Like Robert Downey Jr. gets an emo cut. Like, anyways, yeah. So that's what he had to say about that.
Oh,
yeah. So
yeah.
What you got over there, Brent? Here, read a long one because I got to grab something real quick.
All right, I'll read the longest of ones. Or maybe I'll read two. I don't know. The new trailer for the Sonic the Hedgehog movie is here. It isn't technically the first trailer, but this isn't technically the first trailer that appeared back in April, but it does give us the first look at the redesigned Sonic. The initial promo was met with much criticism for the way Sonic looked, so the filmmakers took the unusual step of delaying the film to give the Hedgehog star a complete makeover. You can check it out in both the trailer and the new poster. That's out. It's quite clear from the very start that the redesign has essentially made Sonic look more like the familiar video game character and less realistic. While the initial design made Sonic seem more human, presumably to fit in better with the movie's real actors, this one has a pure comic book look with much bigger eyes and mouth and cartoonish limbs. As for the movie itself, it still looks like huge fun, and there's lots of footage that wasn't in the first trailer.
Whoever wrote that article, they just said it still looks like huge fun.
Yeah,
did
it look like huge fun in the first one?
Yeah, no, not at all. That first trailer looked like complite garbage. I'm sorry,
nightmare
but
fuel, dude.
It was like not one part of that looked fun, but but yeah, the new one. We talked about this last week already, but I'm just gonna say, I'm down for it. I'll check it out. It can't be that bad.
Yeah.
It's got old Jimmy Carrey in it. You think people call him Jimmy in real life?
Probably not, dude.
No, Jimbo.
Probably just Jim.
Jambalaya. No, but
Jambalaya.
but yeah, so I'm excited. Anyways, the PlayStation 5 is coming, with the next generation Sony console currently being planned for a holiday 2020 release. This means that the system is still at least a year away, but we're starting to get some idea of what the console will be like. Now, a new patent for the PlayStation 5 controller has appeared on the website for the Japanese Patent Office, and it's giving us a glimpse of the rough shape of the PlayStation 5 controller. At first glance, it looks very much like the DualShock 4, but there are some big changes that have been made. As VGC notes, the images in the patent point towards a few changes, such as smaller sticks, larger triggers, a USB-C charging port, and no light bar. While this is by no means the definitive final version of the PlayStation 5 controller, the infamous PlayStation 3 Boomerang controller was abandoned before the system's launch. Odds are that many of these changes will appear on the final design, though. The touchpad remains in place, and the general shape appears very similar to the DualShock 4.
I mean, what do we expect? But
with the light bar gone, it makes you wonder what's going to go on with the PSVR.
I think we're going to have a more advanced PSVR on this next go-around.
Oh.
I'm thinking we're not going to need light bars where we're going.
Shit.
No, but
I like that.
Real talk though, I think the light bar drains the battery on the
on
the PlayStation controller way too quickly, and I'm okay with it being gone.
Yeah,
you know,
for sure. And the fact that it has to be on constantly, like you can't just turn it off.
I mean,
like,
you can turn it down. Actually, I think you can turn it off, but
that must be something
but
new.
then then you're sacrificing, the VR compatibility there or whatever. There's other things that you can't do with it if it's off. I don't know, man.
Like keep your room lit while you play games.
Right.
Anyways, what you got?
Let's see. Obsidian has announced that this, I'm not even going to read an article about this, but have you seen this? The
new game.
The new game.
So their first Microsoft exclusive game is basically Honey, I Shrunk the Kids. But no, I'm just kidding.
Mixed with Ark Survival Evolved. I mean, it pretty much is,
Yeah, it's a 4-player, or up to a 4-player co-op where you're shrunk down. It's like this shrunk down world, and it's a survival game.
You're fighting bugs and shit.
Yeah,
it looks tight. To be
does
honest
look tight.
with you, I don't know. I'm excited. Apparently, it's a team of 13 people that worked on it and stuff. And I'm excited to see what they do.
It'll be on Game Pass, you know, because it's first party or whatever. So that means we're going to be playing that, or you got to try that out.
Ooh, I'm so cool with this. Yeah, I can't wait.
It's Obsidian, so it's. I imagine the story is going to be interesting and stuff like that.
I like the kind of survival game a lot more when I'm playing with a friend. You know what I mean? Like a multiplayer is a lot more fun to me in those kind of games.
That's why I feel like Subnautica would have been better with multiplayer.
Ooh, boy, that would be a lot of fun with multiplayer. You both in the you have your own little submarines and that'd be tight.
Hell yeah. Anyways, Amy Hennig, the director and writer of Uncharted 1, 2, and 3, as well as Jak 3, Battlefield Hardline, and Visceral's canceled Star Wars game, is launching a new game studio. Hennig has joined Skydance Media, the company that produced such films as Mission Impossible, Fallout, Gemini Man, Annihilation, and Terminator Dark Fate. She will oversee the company's new game development label, working alongside her former Electronic Arts coworker, Julian Beek. This news comes via a report from VultureBeat, and Skydance has since issued a press release welcoming Hennig and Beek on board. In a statement to VentureBeat, company CEO David Ellison says that the pair have been hired because, quote, the interactive media landscape is continually changing, and Amy and Julian are creative and visionary leaders of this evolution, end quote. Hennig, whose first credit is 1989's Electro Cop, says that her studio will make games aimed at both traditional gamers and non-gamers, and will work on story-focused experiences for both traditional and emerging streaming platforms. Hennig left EA after the closure of Visceral, the studio behind the Dead Space series, and the cancellation of the Star Wars game she was working on, which is 1313. At Skydance Media, she says she met kindred spirits who believed in her work. Hennig says that while they haven't settled on exactly what they will work on first, she will take on an interactive showrunner role, while Beek will serve as an executive producer on their titles. Her aim is to work as a storyteller with her games. She believes that the studio will remain small and focused under her supervision, working on smaller titles. Skydance Media has some involvement in games already and are working on The Walking Dead Saints and Sinners, as well as their previous VR title, Archangel.
Oh, okay. I was about to say I've seen that name before. I played Archangel and I've played
the Walking Dead game.
Yeah, I know they had some involvement in some of the other Walking Dead games too, I'm pretty sure. So that's cool. I'm glad she's out there doing something productive. I think that she's probably going to be a great addition to the team over there.
Yeah, they'll make something good. Yeah. I think they have Lasseter over there, the guy from Pixar, John Lasseter.
Really?
Yeah, something like that.
Wow.
I don't know.
All-star team over there doing big things.
Yeah.
So here's another one I won't read the whole article for, but I'll just tell you about it. So in the Pokemon games, how you always can go in your room at your house and you'll have your Game Boy laying there in the room, or your console,
whichever console it's on.
Yeah, it'll just be laying in the room. Well, this game is no different. Okay, there's a Switch in your room, but a cool little Easter egg. If you have first-party Joy-Cons on your Switch, whatever color your Joy-Cons are on your Switch are the same color on the Switch in your room.
How does it know that?
I don't know. It has to be first-party, so there must be some kind of chip in the Joy-Con that tells it. You know what I mean?
Secret technology.
Because if you use a third-party Joy-Con, it just shows up as gray in the game. But they have it doesn't matter. It's really cool to me. If you
that's a cool Easter egg. That's interesting. Though nothing has been officially announced, something seems to be going on within the Valley of the Gods, the sophomore effort of Campo Santo.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, these are the Firewatch guys.
I'm really excited about this. So.
Well, maybe you shouldn't be, because several prominent members of the Campo Santo team have changed their Twitter bios to imply they are no longer working on the game, In the Valley of the Gods has been removed from the studio's official website.
Oh, no.
Twitter user Tyler McVicker noticed that In the Valley of the Gods environmental artist Jane NG, art director Claire Hummel, and designer Jake Rodkin all changed their Twitter bios on November 17th, 2019. The homepage of the official Campo Santo website has also been altered.
Oh, no.
Yeah, previously the website listed In the Valley of the Gods as Campo Santo's current project. That has since been removed. Campo Santo's debut, Firewatch, is currently the only game listed on the website's homepage.
Didn't Microsoft buy Campo Santo recently?
I think it brings that up. Hold on. All that said, the official website for In the Valley of the Gods still exists. Campo Santo first announced In the Valley of the Gods during the Game Awards 2017. Like Firewatch, In the Valley of the Gods is a single-player first-person adventure game. Campo Santo's new game, however, is set in 1920s Egypt, stars an explorer-turned-filmmaker, and sees you accompanied by an AI-controlled partner. They were bought up, but I don't think it was by Microsoft, or was it?
Here, let me look it up.
Yeah, you look into that.
Because this is one game that I've been really excited about.
Me
And
too.
I was under the impression it was going to come to Game Pass when it came out. Let me see. I'll look it up. Campo Santo.
Campo Santo.
Yeah,
guys, while he's looking that up, I'm just going to say, if anybody wants to hit me up about Star Wars Rebels and wants to talk game, you know what I'm saying? Because, I'm starting to freak people out. This guy came in to sign up at my gym, and he was wearing a Star Wars shirt, and I, talked his ear off, to the point where I'm pretty sure he's, afraid to come in when I'm working. But, so, somebody hit me up, please. I need to talk about Star Wars with people.
Okay,
Oh, Brent's back.
Okay. On April 21st, 2018, Campo Santo announced that they had been acquired by Valve.
Yeah, that's what it was. Valve.
Maybe they're going to make it into a VR title or something, dude. What if it's another one of their flagship VR titles, bro? Holy shit.
That'd be cool.
I wouldn't even be mad, dude. Oh, man.
But they said that the game wouldn't be altered whenever they bought them out. They said, they were don't worry, Campo Santo's still coming. Yeah.
Maybe they know that they'll need more time to put a VR mode into it or something. So they're just let's stop all the publicity and shit,
Yeah,
let's put the brakes on it a little bit, I don't know.
We never talked about it.
I'm just hoping it's not abandoned,
Me too.
Because
it
honestly,
looks good.
It looks so good. Yeah.
What you got over there?
Oh, let's see. Sorry, I went down the rabbit hole over here in just a second. Okay. Another little Pokemon thing. A strange interference bug that caused a limited number of Roku devices to crash and enter a boot loop has been fixed. Stranger
I hate those
still,
boot loops, dude.
The bug was caused by Game Freak's newest Nintendo Switch exclusive, Pokemon Sword and Shield. Apparently, Pokemon Sword and Shield and Roku devices share the exact same network, because both listen to the port 26037, and Pokemon Sword and Shield consistently searches for nearby consoles and players. Some have theorized that this is where the problems occurred. Roku can't update the other hardware on the same network while the Switch looks around for challengers, whether the console is in the same room as the Roku device or not. Roku has rolled out a firmware update for its device that should address this bizarre issue. You can check for the update by going into System Settings and Software Update. The company also shared detailed instructions if you're currently stuck in a boot loop. Roku suggests powering off or putting your Switch in airplane mode before turning your Roku device on, at which point you can install the update.
I don't know. Is it actually called a boot loop? Sounds like I'm going to get a bowl of Boot Loops. Like, I just don't
like tiny boots floating around in milk.
I'm so hungry for Boot Loops. No, but
honestly, I could eat some Boot Loops right about now.
I would love some sugar-coated Boot Loops, dude.
A couple Boot Loops.
But after leaving BioWare in 2017, former Mass Effect senior gameplay designer Manveer Hare said he wasn't getting out of game design entirely, but that he wanted to focus on new types of stories, ones that focus on diverse voices. Earlier this month, with a Medium blog post, Hare revealed what he has been working on: an indie studio called Brass Lion Entertainment. The team's first project is Corner Wolves, a narrative-focused game set in 1990s Harlem. In an interview with Game Informer, Hare spoke on further details about the game. Quote, "We definitely want to get that authenticity," Hare told Game Informer. It allows us to write a lot of different characters from lots of different backgrounds, so we can have lots of different lenses on the same problem, to let the player kind of choose what angle they like to approach things from, or what their thought processes on how to solve these issues are. In Corner Wolves, you play as Jacinta, an Afro-Latina woman who works in her father's bodega, only to arrive at the store one day to find him mailed. She decides to find out who his mailder is, and and discover the motives behind his death.
Behind the mouth.
Jacinta is intelligent, so you can talk your way out of most of the problems you'll encounter in the game, but she can brawl in melee-based combat if needed.
Sometimes she has to resort to melee.
Which one of you is the melee? No, but however, because of her race and economic status, you will have to learn how to handle certain people and how to adjust your vocabulary when encountering others.
2019, the game.
Quote, "What I think you do is create the systems in a way that supports your thesis, that supports the themes and motifs of the game, of the story," Hare said, "and then you make sure that it is embedded in all the different systems of the game. If you think how racism works in the real world, it's embedded in all of our real systems." Oh my God.
I feel like we shouldn't just be making games where like racism is like part of
it's
like
the game mechanic.
Like, yeah. I was like, are we not like perpetuating it a little bit here?
Yeah.
Like,
it's embedded in the school system already. It's embedded in the policing
so why
already.
not embed it in our games?
It's embedded in job applications already. I think that higher level point of view and that control players don't have. I think that's what I want people to experience. He continued, "I want people to experience systemic racism." No, you don't.
Pretty much. I mean, that's what he's saying here.
Yeah.
You know?
Maybe he just wants you to walk in the shoes of somebody experiencing systemic racism.
That's real.
He says, "You don't always get to be the hero in our world because literally the rest of the world doesn't let you." Brass Lion was co-founded between Hare, former Sleeping Dogs project manager Bryna Dabby Smith. That's a dope ass name.
Dabby. That's tight. I like
what
that.
A Dabby. No, but and former
That's
Bethesda.
probably how she got her job. She was like went into the job interview. They're like, "So your name is Dabby Smith? You're hired."
And
dabs on.
former Bethesda environmental artist Rashad Reddick. Whereas Smith is primarily handling the business side of things, Reddick is building Corner Wolves' in-game world, one that will feature an anime-inspired look. DJ and Jay-Z producer Just Blaze has signed a contract with Brass Lion to help design Corner Wolves' musical tone and rise of the Black Panther. Writer Evan Narcisse is penning the game's story.
Corner Wolves, we're here. FOB.
Okay, what you got?
Animal Crossing Pocket Camp is preparing to turn 2 years old, and isn't that crazy? Yeah. And in lieu of presents, you can just send them more money. A notification in the Pocket Camp app reveals that starting on Thursday, November 21st, you can join a paid subscription called the Pocket Camp Club.
Is there still people playing for them to want people to pay money?
I don't know. Probably not.
I'd just be glad people were even playing the game.
That's what I'm saying. The announcement explains that 2 memberships will be available. One allows you to assign a villager as a camp caretaker to help manage your camp. The other will grant you fortune cookies and allow you to store items in warehouses. The announcement didn't detail how much each membership will cost or if they can be combined at a discount. More details are said to be coming on Wednesday, November 20th.
Damn, I wouldn't walk around at night with Nintendo nearby. You know what I'm saying?
They might just fucking
steal your
charge
wallet,
your money.
dude.
Yeah,
they might just fucking rob you at gunpoint.
They're like, "Hey, you better join this fucking club."
They're like,
join the club.
It's like, damn, dude, they're just jumping at any possible way to make money. But
yeah, I mean, at least they're not just charging an arm and a leg for their online service. Still,
that's true. That's true.
I know.
That's true.
Can appreciate that at least, you know.
Xbox boss Phil Spencer has confirmed that the Coalition's Gears 5 has outsold the studio's previous title, despite both Gears of War 4 and Gears 5 being available on Xbox Game Pass. Spencer, in an interview with Eurogamer during Microsoft's X019 event, said that giving players choice is important for the company. He also wasn't shy to admit that Gears 5 outperformed Gears 4, though he did not provide any concrete numbers. However, Gears 5 hit 3 million players during its opening weekend, setting a new record for Microsoft's first-party studios this generation.
Yeah, it's not surprising to me, to be honest with you.
It is kind of surprising to me that a game that had the option to play it in Game Pass sold more than a game that, when it first came out, didn't have that option. You just had to buy it.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. It is interesting considering that Xbox is the only platform. But at the same time,
because it's like you could just pay $1 and get like the free month or whatever and play it.
Yeah, but I think a lot of people are still really apprehensive to like jump on the Game Pass wagon. I know that sounds stupid and like crazy considering how like, you know, obviously dope
Such
it is.
a good deal.
You know? But it's like
it's not even a contract
like,
or anything.
I've seen firsthand. I recommend it to people and they're like, I don't want to get into any kind of streaming service. I don't want to buy a subscription. I don't want to. And it's like, it's really not that bad.
Okay, boomer.
Oh my god.
No, but for real though, that's what you sound like. So get the fuck over it and get goddamn Game Pass, okay?
Dude, I honestly, at this point, if you don't have Game Pass and you have an Xbox, it's like, why do you even have an Xbox? You know what I mean?
Yeah, like, I don't get it. You might as well go to PlayStation.
It's like a constant, like, gift every month when they're like, oh, here's 50 billion dope-ass games that come to fucking Game Pass
for no
month.
reason.
Like, it's dope, dude.
It's like, oh, yeah, you could pay for that game, or you could pay us $10 a month and we'll give you 20 of those games just to play whenever you want.
Right? And you get access to that day one shit. Like, Outer Worlds alone should be enough to get people to fucking get on Game Pass, you know? But
yeah, for sure.
Lo and behold, you know?
Yep.
And another thing I like about Game Pass is you get all these, like, fighting games that you probably wouldn't want to pay for otherwise, like Injustice and stuff like that.
Yeah.
It's like, I like to have those games around in
Mortal
case somebody
Kombat.
wants to play a little two-player, but I'm not about to go spend
pay for
cold, hard cash on that shit, you know what I mean?
Yeah. All my cash is cold and typically hard.
Typically hard, yeah.
Yeah, let's change. This is all I have.
Handfuls of change.
Cold and hard.
Cold, hard cash.
Keep it in the fridge.
Just in a bucket of ice and quarters.
Yeah. I don't want to get too hot. No.
Sir, you're going to have to get that ice out of the Coinstar machine.
Where do you keep your money? No.
Oh.
What do you got?
Oh, Lord.
Wait, was that you or me?
I don't know. I got a lot of them. I can go forever.
Yeah, you go ahead.
Okay. Since Red Dead Redemption 2's release on PC, okay, this is like the longest article ever.
Yeah, don't do the voice.
I'm just going to tell you guys what happened, okay? I'm sorry.
Yeah, what happened?
I do this a lot, you know? Sometimes it's just like...
No, but I think people would prefer to hear the summary than for you to read like a 12-page article.
That's what I'm saying. You know, sometimes I just got to give you the cliff notes. You know what I mean? So basically, Red Dead Redemption 2 on PC was having some issues. If you had, hang on, let me find. There's a specific like NVIDIA 4 and 6 core CPUs. It was having a stuttering issue with frame rate, but some people did some stuff in the settings and got it working. But apparently the frame rate in Red Dead Redemption 2 is like somehow directly tied to like the speed of time passing. So like storms would come and go really quickly, and like days would pass really fast.
Oh, that's pretty interesting.
And like their characters were like getting really hungry really fast, and like fucking like
oh damn,
starving, like getting like really skinny and shit. You know what I mean? Like they would like. So he said he did a test. He did like 2 exact same days. You know, one of them at 30 frames per second and one at 130 frames per second. And like he did like a story mission and then ate 4 steaks, and then on the one where he was sped up, he lost 0.75 of his weight, and then on the day where he didn't speed it up, he gained 1.5. So
weird.
It's really strange.
So
and
it's
a
like
weird bug.
In-game clock is like
attached
off.
to the frame rate somehow. I don't know. It's so strange how they have it.
They'll patch it.
Yeah, I'm sure they will.
It'll be fixed soon.
Yeah. Either way, I'd still rather be playing on that beautiful PC. I bet that shit is glorious looking, dude. Despite having your fucking skinny character, you know what I mean?
Imagine it looks like a painting. It's so beautiful.
Oh my god.
So Joker is knocking on the door of a box office milestone. The movie is expected to hit $1 billion when the box office numbers for Friday come in, according to Variety. That is a huge and unexpected number for the movie, which was produced on a very modest budget of $62.5 million.
Wow.
Yeah, with a return that big, Joker will become one of the most profitable films in the history of cinema. It'll also become just the 4th DC movie ever to make $1 billion, joining Aquaman, The Dark Knight Rises, and The Dark Knight.
Wow.
Yeah, Joker will also become the first R-rated movie to reach $1 billion. And the 44th biggest movie in history in terms of box office results.
That's pretty fucking cool.
Yeah, dude. Because Joker was not expected to be such a commercial success, Warner Bros. Sought outside investors to mitigate their risk if the film didn't land. Warner Bros. Also reportedly gave director Todd Phillips and star Joaquin Phoenix lucrative back-end deals, so they are reaping the benefits of Joker's oversized success at the box office. Yeah, dude.
Dude, they're probably fucking balling right now.
Hell yeah, dude. I bet Warner Bros. Is like, fuck. God damn it! That was their one shot, you know. Like that's that once in a lifetime thing where like they just gave it all away to the director and the actors.
Dude, that's sick, bro. That makes me really happy. I'm glad it's doing so well, you know?
Especially after all the hate it was like getting right before it, you know, like everyone's like, this is going to be, you know, violent and causing violence and stuff. And like, have you turned on the news and like, it was like, man murders entire family because he thought they were part of the Batman.
I think that honestly, like, perpetuated like how well it did. Yeah, I think the controversy really, really helped it.
I agree.
You know what I mean?
It's like any publicity is good publicity.
Truth. So I got 2 that I'll just throw you right now, back to back.
Yeah, just go through all of your news because I'm done with.
Oh, news. You're done. Oh man. Okay, hold on to your seatbelts because I got a lot of news. Galarian Weezing is in Pokemon Go. You can catch him in raids to celebrate Sword and Shield. So he's like the first Pokemon from the new Pokemon game that you can even see in Go. So that's kind of exciting. If you are playing Pokemon Sword and Shield, you gotta go into your mystery gift thing and go to like claim mystery gift from the internet. They'll give you a free Gigantamax Meowth, so don't forget to claim that if you're playing the game. Oh, here's an article. It's about how Keanu Reeves basically got double his screen time on Cyberpunk 2077 because he like begged the directors. He was like, "Look, guys, I'm really attached to my character in this game. I'm really enjoying being in this game. I want to be in this game more." And so they're like, okay, so they effectively like doubled what originally like they wanted for him in the game. So he's like a way more major character because of his own like, you know,
he's like that though. You know, like that's how he's been. Like he only takes films and stuff that he really is interested in. That's why I did like Man of Tai Chi and stuff like that.
And I really like Keanu Reeves as a person. He's like just a chill dude.
He's
like,
a real boy, dude.
He is, and I can't wait to play Cyberpunk, man. I think that's gonna be so much fun.
Same.
Let's see.
He's also in SpongeBob's new movie. Yeah. There's a new SpongeBob movie coming out to theaters. Yeah, it's like a weird animation.
Is it the one like that they were talking about with like that's coming to Netflix, or is it coming to theaters?
No, this is coming to theaters.
Oh, okay.
And it's like very strange looking. Like the animation doesn't look like normal SpongeBob. It's like claymation almost looking.
Weird.
But it still looks really funny.
Yeah.
It looks super funny.
Did you hear about the Squidward thing coming to Netflix?
Yeah, it's going to be a Squidward spinoff.
Yeah, I don't know if it's going to be a movie or a TV show.
It's a TV show.
It is?
Yeah.
Okay.
Or it's supposed to be.
I have no idea. But I know it's going to be hilarious, and I'm excited. I know that Netflix and Netflix signed some kind of
Netflix
deal.
and Nickelodeon.
Yeah, I mean...
Yeah. Netflix and Netflix signed a new deal.
Sorry, N-words, you know what I mean?
Not those ones, though. We're not using those in Netflix. Nickelodeon.
Anyways, Rage 2 has received its second major expansion, Terrormania, which transports you to the twisted and cursed alternate reality of the Deadlands to battle a skeleton army. The DLC brings new lands to explore, new enemies, and a sword weapon, the Sword of Transitus. How
many people will go back to this? Probably not many.
Probably not many, but it's probably actually pretty dope. I feel like that's something that could spice up Rage, because like I feel like Rage had a lot going for it.
Rage 2 just came to Game Pass, didn't it?
I think so.
Yeah, so I'll go to the DLC for that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You know, I don't know if it costs any. Oh, it's like $5 if you wanted to play the DLC. Which isn't bad, considering that it's probably got a lot of cool shit involved in it. And there's another DLC that came out recently, like before that was free, that like added more vehicles and stuff in the game. I don't know.
Yeah.
I didn't think it was a terrible game. It's one of those games that for like a Game Pass game is really good. Like,
if you ain't paying for it, it's good.
Yeah, exactly. It's got like a Mad Max kind of vibe. Nicolas Cage is going to be in a movie about Nicolas Cage.
Is it called Nicolas Cage?
No. It's called... Hang on. Let me find it. It's called The Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent.
That's definitely Nicolas Cage.
Can I read you the description of the movie?
Please.
Okay. So it says the character, but the character is Nicolas Cage. It says, the character is desperate to get a role in a new Tarantino movie, while also dealing with a strained relationship with his teenage daughter. He occasionally talks to an egotistical 1990s version of himself who rides him for making too many crappy movies and for not being a star anymore. The Cage character is also under a mountain of debt and finds himself forced to make an appearance at the birthday of a Mexican billionaire who happens to be a fan of Cage's work and secretly hopes to show him a script on which he's been working. Hang on. And it goes on, and I think the Mexican guy's like a cartel member, and like he gets caught up in some stuff like that. But it actually sounds like a pretty good plot for a movie. Like I would totally watch it. Like,
it just sounds like Nicolas Cage, like it's his real life.
Yeah, but then it like ends with like a fucking action movie thing.
Oh,
with, like,
nice.
with,
Okay.
Like the cartel and stuff.
I'm down with that.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know. I'll see it.
National Treasure is still the best thing that man's ever done. Some people say it's that movie, The Rock, but I haven't seen that. I think that's Nicolas Cage in that movie, but I haven't. I can't watch it. I haven't watched it.
What are you talking about?
There's a movie called The Rock, and I believe Nicolas Cage is like one of the main characters in it.
I have no idea what I haven't even heard of this.
Yeah, it came out in like the 2000s, I think. Anyways,
is this an actual like Nicolas Cage movie?
Yeah, you keep reading. I'm gonna look up and make sure I'm not mistaken.
Okay. Let's see. Microsoft wants Game Pass to help alleviate the pressure developers might feel to design their next titles as a games as a service. By launching on Game Pass, the game's delivery system can be the service that players buy into, keeping them invested and coming back to play future games. You don't have to go make a service. Microsoft GM of Games Marketing Aaron Greenberg told VG247, Game Pass gives those creators a lot of flexibility. If you want to deliver something in chapters, like we're doing with Tell Me Why and Don't Nod, that's okay too. If you want your game to have a beginning, a middle, and end, and no DLC and no other transactions, just a single player game, that's also fine. Games as a service is a term used to describe games that rely on post-launch monetization to continue to support the game with additional content. Something you see a lot of in free-to-play games like Apex Legends. Greenberg explained that Games Pass as a subscription service is designed to essentially fill that role, allowing developers to design multiplayer or single-player games and tie them to a monthly subscription without the need to include loot boxes or a price tag on post-launch DLC. By tying their passion projects to Game Pass, developers can still make money off their smaller games that might not sell as well as the larger ones. The idea is that we really want a diversity of content in types of games, blah, blah, blah. They go on, but see, I don't know. I just feel like Game Pass is doing right by a lot of these developers, you know? And it's good. It's a good thing for the developers, so they don't feel like they have to, like,
hit a certain amount.
Or focus their game around these, like, pay-to-play mechanics, you know what I mean? Or whatever.
Yeah.
Like, we have to have all this DLC. We have to. No. Let's just focus on making a good game. You know what I mean? We'll make money off of it because we already know we will because we're guaranteed to be on Game Pass. You know what I mean?
For sure. No, Game Pass is dope. By the way, The Rock is a 1996 American action thriller film directed by Michael Bay.
Shit.
Which also, it does have Nicolas Cage in it.
Oh, shit.
In the film, an FBI...
Michael Bay? Nick Cage?
Dude.
Oh, shit.
Not just Nicolas Cage. Sean Connery.
And 96 Michael Bay at that. We're talking, like, Training Day Michael Bay.
Dude.
You know what I mean?
And Sean Connery.
Sean Connery. Dude, this is probably a banger, bro. What the heck?
In the film, an FBI chemist and former SAS captain are tasked with stopping a group of rogue U.S. Force Recon Marines who have seized Alcatraz Island, taken hostages, and threatened to launch rockets filled with nerve gas over San Francisco unless they are paid $100 million, which I imagine they paid more for those nerve gas rockets.
Yeah, they could have probably just sold the nerve gas to fucking...
The film plot may have inspired descriptions of weapons for the false account of the Iraqi chemical weapons program presented to the UK Secret Intelligence Service. This account was described as the justification for UK joining the Iraq War in 2003 because of this film. What the hell? But it grossed over $335 million against a production budget of only $75 million. So
pretty good.
Yeah.
But not as good
as Joker, dude. But yeah, I guess we need to watch that. We need to figure out if it's good.
It sounds like a good movie.
Yeah.
You know, the plot had me going.
Yeah.
You know?
Sounds like
had me hyped.
Like a Metal Gear Solid film.
I feel like movies from like the 90s with that like good sounding of a plot usually have that like, I don't know, that vibe to them, that like Die Hard vibe.
Oh,
you know?
That's what I'm talking about.
I want that.
Anyway.
Let's see. Fortnite has Star Wars costumes you can get to celebrate the Jedi Fallen Order, and if you buy Jedi Fallen Order on the Epic Games Store, you'll get a Stormtrooper outfit for your Fortnite game. So that's pretty cool.
So I probably have that.
Do you have it on computer?
No.
Oh, okay. Well, then no.
I thought you meant like if you bought it on like the marketplace.
No,
or
if
something.
you get it on like the Epic Games
Whack
store, you know, on PC. You know what I'm talking about?
No, I don't.
You know what I'm talking about?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
You know what I'm talking about? The next game from developer Raw Fury, known for the Kingdom series, was revealed during Microsoft's XO19 event. It is called West of Dead, and it's playable now through an open beta on Xbox One.
Cool.
It's got the sultry tones of Ron Perlman voice acting.
Ron Burgundy.
Ron Burgundy. So check it out. It's like a twin-stick shooter. It looks pretty cool.
Yeah.
Atari VCS. You can pre-order it. Got a lot of pre-order stuff. It's like $400 or like $250 if you want the shitty one.
Fuck no, I don't want none of that.
I don't want none of that either. It's too close to the
new consoles.
dope
Why would I
shit
drop
coming.
$400 when I could put that on my Xbox Scarlet?
And it's just going to be running Linux. I mean, it's basically just a computer, you know what I mean? With 8 gigabytes of RAM, which is ain't shit compared to what's going to be that new shit, you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's really sad.
Yeah. Let's see. This is an article. I'm sorry, I'm just blasting through these.
It's all right, just go through them.
Obsidian is basically talking about how, hey, we hit it out of the park with Outer Worlds, but we're not going to become like this 1,000-person team like the Assassin's Creed people.
Shut up. Yes, you will.
So don't get all...
Don't get too excited.
Don't get too excited. Don't think we're just... They're basically saying they want to keep it around 200 people max working for
such a small team.
Well, I mean, in the scheme of things.
I know.
They only have 13 people working on... Oh, wait, we already said that.
Yeah, we already said that.
But, okay. Let's see. Okay. Life is Strange studio Don't Nod has announced its next game as part of XO19 event. Tell Me Why is another narrative-focused title from the French studio that claims to be the first ever video game from a major studio featuring a playable character who is transgender. Tell Me Why takes place in a small town, Alaska, and follows the true-to-life story of twins Tyler and Allison Ronan as they learn more about their difficult childhood.
Ronan.
Yeah. So there you go. Got some transgender gameplay going on in here.
Okay.
Disney Plus is now available. Oh wait, hang on. Let's see. And there are hundreds of movies and TV shows to check out on there.
Including Star Wars
Rebels. They span many decades of the studio's output, with numerous classics dating back to the first half of the 20th century. Of course, society's attitudes towards things like race, gender, and unhealthy lifestyle choices have progressed considerably over the years, and as a result, Disney has added new disclaimers to certain titles to advise viewers of potentially offensive content. Yeah. So, like, if you're watching, like, The Jungle Book or, like, The Aristocats or whatever, they'll,
I saw this firsthand. Yeah, because I watched, I went back to the Mickey Mouse Club, which, like, came out in the 50s. And it was actually really weird because it's like black and white, and like at the beginning, it's like brought to you by Coca-Cola, and like it shows like this like Fallout type like commercial for like Coke, like it like literally is like if the people who made Fallout 3 designed the ad, in the show. It was really cool, but it was like, just so things were different back then. So, this might be a little weird. And you go in, there's like a Native American with a feather in his cap, and he's just like, woo, it's like right off the bat.
Yeah, I know that my sister was saying she watched the Aristocats recently, and they they put the warning in, but they also like entirely cut the like Asian cat song out of the movie. Like it's not in the movie anymore.
Really?
The song
they can't hide their they can't hide their flaws like that. It's like
I think in a lot of ways they didn't. They must have cut it out earlier in.
No, I think they totally.
Because some of the stuff that's like more offensive, you know what I mean, from like Pinocchio and shit, is like still in the thing, it's still in the movie, still in the, I don't know, it's weird, the stuff. And did you see the whole Han shoots first thing?
Yeah, they switched that up, but that was like Star Wars all the way, like
well, they've been switching it up, but now they've switched it up again,
one mo again,
because like originally Han shot first, right, and then he
didn't shoot first,
and now they basically shoot at the same fucking time, and the other guy talks a little more shit before he like shoots, so it's like you get a little more of like, I don't know.
It's kind of weird.
It's a little weird. I don't know. I like this better than the guy shooting first and then Han shooting. I like that they both shoot at the same time a little more than,
than one shooting before the other.
Yeah, it's a little closer to Han shooting first. How it is now, I feel like.
Yeah.
Shovel Knight has DLC coming on December 10th. The Crew 2 has DLC coming. I don't know when. Get excited. Blah blah blah. Netflix, we already talked about that. Nickelodeon deal. John Carmack has left. Oculus.
Yeah, it was the chief something operator, right? He was like the CTO.
CTO, yeah. He's still going to be like kind of like working for them in like a consultation capacity, but I don't think he's going to like be working there anymore.
No, he's leaving. He said he wants to leave before he's too old to tackle the great problem of general AI, which is so like from what I've read about what this is that they're not even sure if it's possible. So like he wants to see if he can make this a reality, but basically what it is
he
having
seems pretty sure he can do it.
Oh yeah, he seems pretty sure. But the overall, like science, I guess I don't know what it is. Like the people, the people you go to and you ask them about the science questions, they're like, yeah, we don't even know if that's possible, or at least at the moment, So like, what he's gonna try and do is create AI that is basically on the level of like R2D2, like like you can talk to it. It has like feelings and like will just like communicate with you.
That's fucking terrifying, dude. Don't do that.
And he'd be the guy to fucking do it too.
Right? Like, fuck, I don't like that.
He's a gene UI. So,
let's see. Okay, Disney Plus revealed that in just 24 hours after its initial launch, the streaming service has hit a benchmark 10 million subscribers.
Yeah.
And even more interesting, Disney Plus is only available in US, Canada, and the Netherlands right now. So it'll be interesting to see once it does like a European release.
Yeah. Sucks for the rest of the planet.
Well, think about it. I mean, Disney's just as popular everywhere else.
Yeah.
They have Disney World in Japan and shit. So like when it goes worldwide, dude.
Worldwide.
Disney's taking over the globe.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? Let's see. Gosh, I'm sorry. I've got so much news. We talked about Bethesda closing Human Head Studios, didn't we?
I'm not sure.
Okay. Bethesda closed Human Head Studios, the people who made Prey.
That's not surprising.
No, it's not. But so, like, everybody that worked at Human Head Studios is getting a job, or if they want it, at a new developer called Roundhouse Studios that will operate out of Madison, Wisconsin.
Which will make the brand new Walker, Texas Ranger game.
So, it's not like everybody's out of a job or anything, and
Well, it's good to hear.
Yeah. Let's see. Yeah. Sorry. A lot of stuff.
Yeah, just go for the important stuff.
Yeah, I'm skimming.
Because we're running like way too long in the news.
Oh, okay. Apple is getting into VR. We should expect some kind of Apple VR thing 2021 or 2022. So keep that. Keep an eye out for that. And
nice.
That's what I got.
Cool. All right, Apple VR. That's it for the video game news. We're going to jump into this week's releases, where I'm going to let you know what brand new games you can grab in the next 7 days. Starting with Children of Morta, coming to Switch on November 20th for $21.99. The Bergson family has watched over Mount Morta for generations as the guardians of the mystical mountain. They now face their most dangerous trial as a family. Corruption has spread, morphing the once peaceful mountain into a violent and monster-infested nightmare. Experience what it means to be in a family of heroes. Take part in their journey, their struggles, and their victories. Witness the love for each other, unmatched by even the gods themselves. And then we're going to go check out this game called Lumberjack's Dynasty, coming to PC on November 21st. Couldn't find a price for this game, but Lumberjack's Dynasty puts the player in charge of a family farmstead that needs restoration, along with a complete rebuilding of the family logging business. Players will work to restore the business, raising it up from a small family operation to a massive endeavor that will span generations. And then Farmer's Dynasty, coming to PS4 and Xbox One.
So many dynasties.
I wonder if this is the same company making this, but it's coming November 21st for $29.99. Live, build, farm. Enjoy a unique mix of farming, constructing, and life simulation that takes you to the countryside and holds plenty of challenging gameplay in stock. Farmer's Dynasty mixes elements of a life simulation with role-playing elements and a classical farming simulation game. You are back on your farm now. The past years have been full of work for you in the city, but you never forgot the good old times. The dream always lived in you. to rebuild your grandfather's farm and start your own dynasty. Let the dream come true. Repair and renovate your farm. Repair roofs, stables, and sheds. Renovate facades and decorate the interiors of your house to your own taste. All of that makes me want to kill myself. And then we're going to go to Black Future 88, coming to PC and Switch on November 21st for $19.99. Climb a procedural tower in an alternate version of 1988 to kill its insane owner. Then do it again and again until it kills you. A constantly evolving world influenced by other players. Okay. Then we got Narcos, Rise of the Cartels, coming to Switch and Xbox One on November 21st. Wait, what did I just write on here? For November. Okay. So November 21st on the Switch, and then November 22nd for the Xbox One, and that's for $29.99. Narcos, Rise of the Cartels allows players to relive the events of the hit Netflix show, taking the side of either the Medellin cartel or the DEA in two distinct campaigns.
The Medellin cartel.
How do you say it?
I think it's the Medellin or something like. It's
spelled. Oh, that would make sense. Medellin cartel. Yeah. Medellin. It's like saying like tortilla.
Like Magellan kind of.
Anyways, you get the point of that game. And then we got The Tourist, spelt Tourist, coming to Switch on November 21st for $19.99. It's time, spelt Tyme, to go discover the secrets of the Monument Islands and take the trip you always wanted in The Tourist. Want to go swimming? Or rather take a dive into the deep sea? Or do you want to visit the amusement arcade? Do some shopping? Dance at the beach party? Fancy some surfing? Or will you talk with the strange old tourist and listen what he has to say about these ancient mysterious monuments? Discover exotic islands and explore ancient monuments in the adventure-packed game, The Tourist.
Okay.
Yep, I don't know what that means. But then we got Vader Immortal, a Star Wars VR series, Episode 3, coming to Oculus Rift on November 21st for $9.99. It's the final episode in this VR series.
Nope. I heard a lot of people were disappointed with Episode 2, so hopefully this is a little
picks it back
longer,
up.
You know?
Yeah.
I don't think Episode 2 was bad. I think it was just short. Yeah.
It's only $9.99. Yeah. What can you expect? And then we got Lost Ember coming to Xbox One, PS4, PC, November 22nd for $29.99. A breathtakingly beautiful world holds the secrets of its past for you and your companion to uncover. Play any animal you meet to see the world from new perspectives and chase your destiny in the exploration adventure Lost Ember. With a wolf as your main character and a determined companion on your side, you will unveil a story of loyalty, despair, and betrayal that led to the fall of a whole world. Your spirit companion, once part of an ancient civilization, now guides you through a world that nature has reclaimed. Together, you will find memories scattered throughout the land that will help you understand what happened to the old world and to your companion. Your ability to possess every animal in the world enables you to explore the world in a lot of different perspectives to find hidden secrets and places. Okay, you said that like 7 times.
So it's like Watch Dogs Legion, but you can fucking recruit all the animals.
Yeah, you just become a rabbit.
It's like Animorphs, dude.
No, but you don't morph, though.
Well, it'd be cooler if you did.
Yeah, it would. And then we got Sniper, Ghost Warrior Contracts, coming to PS4, Xbox One, and PC on November 22nd for $29.99. Experience the ultimate sniper gameplay set against the rough terrain of Siberian wilderness. Sniper Ghost Warrior Contracts delivers tense, mission-based scenarios, and a new contract system encourages strategic thinking across engaging, replayable missions.
I want to play that Sniper Elite VR game that's supposed to come out.
That sounds cool. With like the X-ray, like exploding brains and stuff.
Yeah, dude.
Cool. Then we got Sid Meier's Civilization 6 coming to Xbox One and PS4 on November 22nd for $59.99. Civilization is a turn-based strategy experience in which you attempt to build an empire to stand the test of time. Yeah, I'm not going to read all that. Everybody knows what that game is. But yeah, that is it for this week's releases.
Whack week.
Yeah, very whack week.
But that's okay, because I got too much gaming stuff on my plate
to talk about. Yeah, so we're going to jump on over to currently playing. You can let us know what you're playing right now in the Facebook group at facebook.com/group/GameSpeak podcast, or in the comments on YouTube. We'll talk to you either way. We'll get you involved.
Or you can just yell it really loud out your window.
We can hear it.
And we can hear it. We know these things.
Yeah, we have someone at every corner.
We're watching you right now. What are you currently playing, Jamal?
The one thing that everyone is probably maybe playing right now, Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order.
The thing that I want to be playing right now. Oh, shit. Tell me about it. Is it fun?
It's so
Don't spoil anything.
fun.
I mean, you can spoil stuff, but don't spoil anything
I'm not gonna
crazy.
I'm not far enough to spoil anything
don't
too
ruin,
crazy.
like, the big Revan Malik thing. You know what I mean? Like,
you're a Sith. No, I'm just kidding. No, but no. So, like, basically, you start off as this dude, like he's it's after Order 66. It's like 5 years after, and you're like working at this like scrapyard, like taking apart, giant ships from the Clone Wars and stuff like that. And like you got like a buddy.
Are you like in hiding?
Yeah, you're in hiding. Like everyone just thinks you're like a normal like laborer, Okay. You're like 20 something.
Are you like trained, like a trained Jedi, or are you
you had
Force sensitive? Like
both. You were that's the difference about this one, is that you were trained, but you've kind of like disconnected from the Force.
It's been like a year. How long has it been since Order 66?
I think it's been like 5 or 6 years.
So you were just a youngling whenever that shit was going on.
Yeah, you were like 12 or something. and like, but you had grown for the first 12 years of your life. You were with like a Jedi, like, master who was like training you. So like you have all these skills, but like as you play through the game, like certain story parts will like unlock things that you're like, oh, I remember going through this. And now it's like, I remember I used to know how to wall run, and then like you learn to wall run. But there's also a skill tree. So like you get points for like, you unlock skill points by like beating the shit out of people, or like, killing bad guys, or like finding like random
combat
places.
Feel pretty good.
It's very, very skill based. Like if you play on normal, it'll probably be an easy game. I'm playing on Jedi Master because I want the full experience of like the skill.
The Dark Souls kind of.
It's very Dark Souls, like or I'd say more like Sekiro, like if anything, like. But it's like you'll go, you can't just run up and start bashing enemies, like unless you're in easy or normal mode. But like in the hard one, so like you'll have like some stormtroopers like come at you with like the giant, like I forget what they're called, not
laser guns or
no.
The Gatling laser kind of thing.
No, like I mean there are those, but you'll run into people with like the double-sided like shocking like staffs or whatever.
Okay. Yeah. And
so like they'll come at you with those, and so but while there's like two people coming at you with that, and you're like trying to parry their attack and like take them out, there's like some off in the distance shooting at you, and you gotta like send their bolts back at them.
Oh, that's cool.
And it's pretty interesting. And then like you fight a lot of weird like bugs and alien creatures and stuff, but like it will kick your fucking ass if you just run in there. Like,
are you enjoying it?
Oh, I love it. It's really good. Like, and it's beautiful. Like the game is so huge. Like, and not in like, oh, it's a big open world, but like the sets, like the scenes are huge.
Big.
Yeah, like whenever you first start out in that scrapyard, like the ships are just like, the scale is insane.
Yeah.
You're like climbing up this giant ship and like running through it and all this stuff, and like parkouring off of everything, and it's just really cool.
No, I can't wait to try. I think that's going to be my next next game that I get.
And it has like some very Mass Effect things going on, where like you travel between planets and like
cool.
on a ship, and like you can change like your like you don't have to explore in the game, but if you do explore, it rewards you by like you find different pieces, like for lightsabers, like you can change the hilt, the switch, like the very bottom part, you can change the color, the like your clothes and all this stuff. So
see, that's my kind of thing. I like to like deck myself out.
Oh yeah,
like,
dude.
The clothes and get cool colors for my lightsaber and shit.
It's super interesting that way. And like but you also have like you end up with like a droid, and the droid's pretty interesting. I like the droid a lot. So
Cool. Can you change the difficulty once you've picked it? Like,
Yes.
if I started it on, like, super hard mode and then I was just like, okay, I can't do this, could I, like...
Yes, you can lower it, like, at any time, but I'm just on hard. Like, there's, like, up to very hard, but I'm playing on hard mode, just so I have, like, an actual, like, challenge.
I think I will, too, probably, just to see... I mean, is it, like, unbeatably hard, or is it, like...
It is if you try to fight, like, some of the bigger enemies, like, right off the bat. Like, I actually will avoid certain enemies, and then I've been doing a lot of like grinding at like certain, because like you get to these certain spots where you can like meditate, and that's where it saves. Like wherever you meditate, that's where it will pick back up. If you were to shut the game off, or if you die, you'll go right back to that point. But at the meditation, you can choose to like rest, and it'll give you all of your health back. But if you do that, it respawns all of the enemies.
Oh, shit.
So like you can choose to do that, or you can like, you know, upgrade your skill. You can spin your skill points and stuff like that at these meditation points. But what I'll do is I'll find a spot where there's like enemies that I know I'm really good at fighting, and I'll just like kill them, then get back on the meditation, like revive them or like respawn them.
Up,
yeah, I just keep fighting the shit out of them. Yeah, just to get skill points.
Yeah, that's smart.
Because you don't level up, you just get skill points.
Yeah,
and unlock new shit.
Yeah, yeah, I definitely think that's gonna be my next purchase.
Yeah, it's worth it, definitely. Anyways, what have you been playing?
So, well, first of all, I went out of town this week, right? And so like before I went out of town, I finished the Outer Worlds, and it was a lot of fun, you know.
Yeah, you said you finished it last week.
I finished it last week, right?
Yeah.
So I started a new game.
And finished that one?
No.
I was like, holy shit.
No, I started a new game, and I'm just being evil as hell, you know. But I played that for a little bit, and then I went out of town, right?
Yeah,
So I came back from being out of town, and I went to go put a game in my PlayStation, and like it's just the disc. I don't know what I do to my fucking poor consoles, but I just keep fucking up disc drives. So my PlayStation won't accept discs anymore. You know what I mean?
No.
And I was devastated for a second, but then I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna take this, this terrible thing, and I'm gonna make it something great.
Okay.
So I took all my like physical PlayStation games to GameStop. I traded them over, and I got the new Pokemon game.
Hell yeah.
So I've been playing that. I'm like 20 hours in, but I think like 3 or so of those hours was just me like shiny chaining time poles, which I never actually got the shiny for, but Matt got a shiny Machop the other day, so I've been like super hyped about that. But I've been playing it pretty hardcore. I gotta say, it's pretty fun. I mean, it's just like every other Pokemon game.
Yeah, that's what I hear.
I mean? Like, you know what you're getting into. You know, if you like Pokemon, then you'll like this. You know, it's a lot of fun. Everything's streamlined. Everything's pretty looking. You know, the wild area is fun. Like, if you have a friend that you're playing with, like, then they're in the same room as you, your switches will like link up like without you doing anything. And, like, they'll be running around in your wild area. So, like...
Oh, nice.
You know, like, I was
playing... It's like a little hub area?
Yeah, it's like a little hub area like Destiny. Like, I was playing, and, like, Matt was like, wait a minute, is that you? And I was like, what? And he, like, ran in front of me, and he's, like, doing his little thing. And I was like, whoa, that's you. And, like, we're, like, running around together, like, doing raids in the game together and stuff.
Oh, nice. So y'all can co-op it at certain points?
Well, there's, like, these things called raid battles, and, like, there's, like, lights going up in the sky, and they're a lot like the raid battles on Pokemon Go, only a lot faster, and, like, you can do more of them. And, like, you team up with up to 4 people, and you do these little raid battles. And, like, there's the wild area. I'm sure we've talked about the wild area, where you can, like, encounter random Pokemon or whatever.
Yeah.
But it's, like, really fucking big, and there's, like, shit all over the ground you can find, and, like, it's like, basically, like, a big open-world hub, and you can, like, explore with your friends and stuff. But then there's also, like, the normal little towns and the Pokemon. You know, it's just got, like... The only thing I have to say that I complain about it is, like, I wish it was voice acted. Like,
oh yeah,
I feel
it's like come on, we're on the Switch now. It's time to up that.
Like, go ahead and fucking voice act that shit. You know, like, I don't see why we couldn't have some voice actors come in and just talk. You know,
that probably won't ever happen.
I just feel like it would have been great. You know, and that's my only complaint, really. I think it was voice acting. It would have been like 10 out of 10. You know what I mean? But
yeah.
You know,
So
I'm still having a lot of fun with it.
Can you just
though.
like battle your friends in the hub world?
Yeah, you can battle your friends out of the hub world. You can battle them everywhere, but, like, you know,
by going to like the
social menu or whatever.
Gotcha. Cool.
There's like, it's pretty cool though. There's a lot of like Galarian forms or whatever of like previously normal Pokemon, you know what I mean? So you get like a lot more than they advertised, you know what I mean? So like there's a lot of Pokemon that I'm like used to seeing in Pokemon Go that like pop up and I'm like, oh, that's just like a slightly different, cooler version of that one, you know what I mean? I don't know.
Yeah.
So I'm having a lot of fun with it.
Sounds fun.
Yeah.
Is that it? That's what you're playing?
Yeah, that's what I'm playing.
Wow, dude. No, I'm just kidding. No, like, why aren't you playing more? No, okay. Yeah, well, that's all we're currently playing. We're going to jump on over to the topic of the show. Today's topic of the show is, one that is in the spirit of Thanksgiving. And it's the top 5 video game birds, since it's a bird-eating holiday.
Yeah.
It's time to just be thankful for these birds in these video games. So we're going to say hello to our top 5 avian friends here. Brent, do you want to start off? You want me to start off? How do you want to do this?
I can start it off. So
right.
Number 5 for me is Kazooie from Banjo-Kazooie. The little bird that hangs out on Banjo's back.
Yeah, he's a good friend.
He's a good friend. He gives some real advice, Yeah. And he helps you fly,
Yeah. And with each bird, we kind of have to talk about how good they would taste.
Oh, I didn't even think about that. Let's think.
Do you think
if we roast
you have to
Kazooie,
rate it out of 5?
Oh, that's gonna be like a 1.5.
You think so?
He's too stringy. He would be like eating like a. I don't know. I don't think he would be good.
Yeah, he's like too colorful. I feel like colorful birds wouldn't taste good.
It'd be like eating a parrot or something. It just wouldn't be right,
I agree. Speaking of parrots, my number 5 is Squawks the Parrot from Donkey Kong Country.
Oh, yeah.
Donkey Kong Country 2 and 3. In DKC, he helps light the way in dark caverns. And in 2 and 3, you can fully control him and shoot corn pops at enemies.
Oh, shit. Corn pops?
Yeah. You don't remember that? Or
No.
you just shoot like the little corn ball things?
Oh, shit.
I guess I thought they were like corn pops, but I think it's like just little rocks or eggs or something.
I think they're corn pops. I mean, let's just go ahead and just say...
Yeah.
We got corn pops coming out.
And that instantly
automatically makes him more appetizing, yeah.
So, yeah, he's like filled with corn pops. And like...
Sounds delicious.
But he is a parrot, so I'd say...
Like a 3?
Yeah, well, you just squeeze him to get the corn pops out. And then like you throw his carcass away, I guess. But yeah, that's number 5.
You're not even really eating the bird. You're just eating the corn pops. And
this is whatever he poops out. Or throws up, because he shoots them out of his mouth. He's like shoots them.
I like that.
What you got for number 4?
So my number 4 is going to be King Dedede from from Kirby's Dream Land.
Yeah.
I don't know, man.
And Smash Bros.
He's my boy.
Yeah.
He's just like, and I think he's going to taste good. Okay. Let's
go
ahead.
He's full of fat.
He's full of fat, but it's like you cook it down, you reduce the fat. You know what I mean?
You'll have a lot of like leftover grease that you can cook bacon in and stuff. With that good Dedede flavor.
And I think he's like a duck. So it'd be like a roasted duck. You know what I mean? Or
That's
no,
true.
He's like a penguin. I don't know. He'd be delicious.
He's a duckwin.
I'm gonna give him a 4 out of 5 on the taste scale.
I would say, I'll go with that. I'll take a 4 because he does look tasty.
Yeah.
He's a little like rubbery looking, but I imagine
it'll
add.
Once you get past the skin and get down to the meat and potato.
The meat, he's just full of potatoes.
Yeah.
What's up with these birds filled with other foods? Number 4 for me is Yamamura, which is like the hint-giving rock pigeon from Super Mario Maker and Super Mario Maker 2. He's just really cute and like he says like funny things and
probably doesn't taste very good.
No, Yamamura is a skilled level creator, and Yamamura has a section that includes 10 design tips for making better levels. His way of communication is simple coos, but with words in parentheses translating them. According to official bios, Yamamura likes eating edamame and fried chicken.
Edamame?
Edamame and fried chicken.
Ooh.
Soybeans in the pod, and taking long walks in the park. So my thing is that he's a bird that eats fried chicken.
He's a cannibal.
He's a cannibal. That automatically puts him at number 4 on my list as one of the most hardcore birds in video games. The most unassumingly hardcore bird in video game. He's very cute and looks tasty. He's a pigeon. I imagine pigeons are good if you're homeless.
Yeah. I'm thinking pigeons are like the doves of the homeless community.
Yeah.
Okay, I like that. So my number 3 is going to be Sinew, your eagle from Assassin's Creed Origins.
See, I wanted to do that, but I don't play Assassin's Creed, so I was like, I'm not going to be a phony, a big fat phony.
Big fat phony.
Yeah, so I was like, no, I don't have any experience with that. So even though I like the idea
there's really
of it,
not much to it. Your eagle kind of comes out when you need like an eagle eye view of it. You're like, okay, go fucking scope out the enemies and mark them for me, and then he'll fly around and.
Yeah, he's just like a primal drone, basically.
Yeah, pretty much.
Which is pretty intense. Like, when I was a kid, that would have been, like, the dopest thing ever to just have an animal that you could just, like, have as a partner. And
it does feel pretty good, because you, like, spend your whole game, like, traversing this big map, and then you just, like, go to eagle mode, and you're just, like, flying over everything. You're like, oh, this is tight.
Dropping turds.
Yeah.
No, I don't know if you can
dropping
do that.
turds.
Anyways, number...
but he's going to definitely be, like, a 2 out of 5 on the taste scale. I don't think no, maybe like a 1.
If he's an eagle, yeah, it'd be a 1 because
eagles aren't good, are they?
Well, I wouldn't know because you can't just fucking kill eagles. You know what I'm saying?
Not bald eagles.
Yeah,
but I think
this one's not a bald eagle.
No, he's just like a normal.
Oh, then fuck him.
Plain Jane eagle, dude.
He don't represent the colors, dude. These colors don't run. You know what I'm saying? No, but no, I'd eat an eagle, I guess, just to try it out. Because I feel like that eagle would eat me if he had the chance.
Sure.
You know?
Yeah,
so,
absolutely.
So why not?
That eagle would fucking
kill me, dude. Yeah, feed me to his younglings.
Imagine if we were like worm-sized and like there were just giant eagles everywhere.
I don't think I would ever go outside.
That'd be terrifying.
Yeah.
I don't think I would either.
If I was an ant, I wouldn't go outside. I'd be like in the big ant hill. Like they'd be like, dude, you gotta work, dude. And I'd be like, y'all are fucking dumb. It's like, have you been outside? Everything's bigger than us. Anyways, number 3 was a tough one because I wanted to put this at number 1, but I had to be realistic here. But number 3 for me is the Cuckoos from the Legend of Zelda series.
Oh, yeah. And they would be like 5 out of 5 on the eating
Oh, yeah,
scale,
dude.
You already know they're good.
You can grill them. You can bake them. You can fucking fry them.
You just got to be careful when you're killing them.
The problem, though, that's the thing, is that they're immortal, you know? So they're immortal chickens that will fight back if you pick on any chickens in their squad, dude. So, like, if you smack one of these chickens, you might as well just kill yourself because you're going to die a painful peck death, you know?
You'd have to really, like, plan it out, you know? You couldn't just, like, run up and just like hack its head off, you know, because then like a swarm of chickens would just come out of the sky and kill you.
Yeah, and they don't stop coming. Like it's literally just like a force that like it's just weird. You know,
I think your best bet would be like to take the chicken with you while already at like a high rate of speed. Like maybe like ride by on a horse or something.
Grab the chicken
by the neck and just like
get to the next like area.
Yeah,
that because they automatically stop chasing you once you get to the next area. Yeah. So that's all you got to do is just get into a different like location, like go into a house or something.
Just haul ass with that chicken.
Yeah,
you know
you'll make it. They're tasty. They're worth the.
That's what I'm thinking. It'd be worth the risk for sure.
Yeah. What do you got for number
2?
2. Yeah.
So number 2 for me is Zapdos from Pokemon.
Ooh, that almost made my list.
Really?
Almost.
Zapdos specifically. He's just the coolest out of the legendary birds. He is. The other ones are cool and all, but
he's electrifying.
Which
means he could technically cook himself. You know,
and you look at them little legs on that mofo.
Oh,
you know what I mean? You already know if you cooked him and like took one of those legs off, it'd be dank.
Oh yeah, just like a nice little thigh.
Oh
you know what I'm talking about? I think like the thigh. I feel like the thighs are underrated.
Agreed.
You know, when it comes to chicken.
Meat on thighs.
Yeah, it's like just like a perfect like a smiley face of food. You know? Anyway, but yeah, so I agree with that one. I like Zapdos. Number 2 for me is Songbird from BioShock Infinite. The big spooky like
oh fuck, dude.
Yeah, it's like the steampunk part bird, part machine with big old man hands from BioShock Infinite. It's the overbearing protector of Elizabeth. So originally
that's a really good one.
Yeah, it was supposed to protect Elizabeth, but she's tired of being Rapunzel. So
if you manage to kill the songbird and eat it, like the meaty parts of it, you know, I think you could get a lot of fucking meat there. Now, would it be good? That's the question.
I feel like there'd be rust all over it. You'd have to wash it really good.
Yeah,
because you're dealing with some rusty ass metal and stuff. And like the weird thing about it is like its hands. The fact that it has human hands just freaks me out. Like
it has human hands.
It has human hands. Go just look at a picture of Songbird.
I didn't even notice.
Yeah, just big old human hands.
That's terrifying.
It's really gross. Like I just couldn't eat it. I would give it a 0 out of 5. Yeah, I just couldn't do it.
I'm gonna go ahead and give it a 2. I think I could try it. Yeah,
you could stomach it. All right.
My number one for me is gonna be Falco Lombardi from Star Fox.
Good call. Yeah. I don't think
he's that boy.
I don't think I could eat Falco.
I couldn't eat Falco.
He can talk and like has like human qualities.
Hiya! Why are you doing that to my arm?
That would be fucked up.
Yeah, dude. He's still alive. Like,
oh god, why?
Why did this get so hardcore? How did we just get to eating all these birds?
It's Thanksgiving.
Oh, it's Thanksgiving. Yeah, that's right.
It's all we do. As humans, it's part of our nature. Number 1 for me is Lugia from Pokemon Gold.
Oh boy!
You find this big boy at Whirl Islands. It's a psychic flying legendary bird. And let me tell you something. Lugia is big enough to feed the village for at least a couple months.
Yes, he could have many a Thanksgiving feast.
Oh yeah, dude.
On one Lugia.
One Lugia. Do you think he tastes like chicken though?
Some would even say a legendary feast.
I
bet he doesn't taste like chicken. I bet he tastes like.
He's got to taste like fish. I imagine he tastes like a fish.
Yeah, maybe like a dolphin.
Because he's like a guardian of the sea, Yeah. So like, I feel like he's probably got a fishy taste to him.
Seagull.
Yeah. God, can you imagine eating a seagull?
It'd probably be terrible.
That sounds horrible.
Maybe the worst.
I feel like they're like 90% poop and then like 10% beak.
Oh god, that sounds right.
But yeah, so that's our topic of the show, guys. Top 5 video game birds. We hope that you guys enjoyed some of our picks and enjoy your Thanksgiving, but also you should give us some of your favorite video game birds and rate them on how tasty they are in the Facebook.
How tasty. We should just do that for every topic, like rate how tasty it is. Like,
yeah, for sure. Let us know in the Facebook group, guys, or in the comments on YouTube. And we're gonna jump on over to the People's Champ.
The People's Champion.
Yeah, Brent, remember we have some questions left over from last week that we didn't get to, or people asked a little late.
That's right.
And then also just know that we have these two here on just in your mind for the People's Champ contenders. So let me know.
All right, yeah. Let me go back to last week and see if any of those people are contenders.
Oh yeah,
for the champ.
Chicken contenders.
Chicken contenders.
5 out of 5, baby.
Okay.
Sorry, guys, that you have to listen to us.
All right. I'm gonna go ahead and give it to Jeffrey Lewis this week. Boom, 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 boom. Jeffrey says, "So is it better to be a villain or a superhero?" I mean, are we talking IRL right now, or like?
Yeah, like if it's in a video game, I'm always the hero. in real life, I feel like I'm more of a villain. No, I'm just kidding. No, no, in real life, I'd probably want to be a hero as well.
I feel like there's less responsibilities to being a villain. You know, you're not like constantly burdened with like, oh, I need to be helping someone right now.
Yeah.
You know, as a villain, you're just like, whatever.
Well, that's
Maybe
not true because you
tomorrow
always
I'll
have
go
to
blow up the world. You know, whatever. But today I'm just chilling. You know.
As a villain, you always have to come up with like some conniving plan that gets.
Yeah, but nobody's like pressuring you to do it. Nobody's like, hey, if you don't have this conniving plan to me by Wednesday, you know.
That's not true. Then all of your like baddies will quit following you. You know, like you'll lose all your thugs.
Because then you just got to make an example out of them. Throw them in like a Shark Tank or something, you know? Because you're a super
That's
villain.
true. Yeah, you are a super villain. I still think I would try to be the hero. I'd give it at least a good try.
Now, what would you rate it on the tasty scale?
I think villains are tastier. No.
Thanks.
Yeah, thanks, Jeffrey.
Thanks, Jeffrey. Yeah, for sure. So we got David Hicks here. He says, Mafia 4 is rumored to be set in 1970s Las Vegas.
Ooh.
The golden days of the Western mob families. And have you thought, or excuse me, and has you building a mob-run casino empire? Thoughts?
That sounds interesting,
that
actually.
Sounds cool.
Sounds better than the other Mafia games.
Yeah, you know, I like video games that incorporate, like, in-game casinos into the game. I know that sounds stupid, but, like, you know, I was one of those kids that used to, like, play the, like, Hoyle Casino games.
Pazak.
Yeah. I like mini games in my games, you know, especially when it comes to, like, sandbox games like Mafia and fucking Grand Theft Auto.
Or is it Sabak? Is it Pazak?
It's Pazak. You're talking about the card game in KOTOR?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's Pazak.
In Rebels, they play a game called Sabak.
Oh, shit.
I think. I could be wrong.
Pazak is way better.
Yeah, it's a better
real,
game.
yeah.
But anyways, yeah. But no, I get what you're saying. I think I like that setting better just because it hasn't been done.
Also, for a mafia, like a mobster casino setting, that's kind of fun, you know?
Can you, like, take people down into the basement when you catch them counting cards?
Ooh, I hope so.
Fucking bust some kneecaps?
I fucking hope so. I hope we have shootouts in the casino.
Are you just always in the casino? Like the open world casino?
Huge open world casino.
Anyways, what you got over there?
We got Paul Cleveland here. He says, Stormcloaks or Imperials?
Oh, God.
JAMAL doesn't do high fantasy, so I'm going to tell you right now, Ulfric Stormcloak is where it's at, and if you're one of these Imperial scum, you need to get bent. You know what I'm saying?
Damn.
I'll tell you that right now.
I'll tell you what. Yeah. You don't come around here, Imperials. I have no idea what that's from.
It's from Skyrim.
Okay. I was about to say, which one of these nerd games is it from?
Oh.
No, just kidding.
Oh, we got Chad McClain here. He says,
Chatty.
Would you rather Disney plus the dick, or Netflix and chill, or Hulu and fuck?
Damn, Hulu's just
I was about to
straight
say,
up.
Hulu's straight to the point.
Yeah,
you know?
at least it's honest.
Yeah.
You know, I feel like now it'd be Disney plus the dick at the moment.
Yeah, currently.
It just depends on what shows are. I also watched on Netflix. I watched like season 2 of the Toys That Made Us or whatever. This season kind of sucked.
Really?
Yeah, it was like.
I mean, they did all the good ones already.
They haven't done Pokemon. They haven't done trading card games.
Oh, really?
But this time they did like the only good one was Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and then they did Power Rangers, which like nobody really fucked with the Power Ranger toys. Like I get,
bro, I fucked with all the Power Rangers.
I fucked with the toys, but I didn't fuck with the toys. Like it wasn't like something that was like a huge part of my childhood.
I fucked with like the costumes and stuff. Like I had all the like outfits and like weapons and shit, you know.
They were talking about like the figures and like the Zords.
No.
I'm like, dude.
Oh, maybe the Zords. The Zords were kind of fresh.
They were cool, but they weren't like it wasn't fucking Pokemon. Like that's the toys that made me.
Yeah,
you know,
that's
like
true.
It wasn't like they need to get into the trading card games. And then they did like My Little Pony and shit, which is like. It's like, y'all, if y'all want to talk about this, you might as well just get into the brony shit.
Yeah, I mean, if we're going to talk about My Little Pony, we need to talk about Fireflies, dude. You
remember
those?
Fucking Fireflies?
Woo!
That shit was insane.
Man,
remember they made like
that hot shit
the
right
boy
there.
version of it?
Yeah.
And it was like sergeants and
I
shit.
I think Fireflies were the boy version. I think there was...
Wasn't?
The girl version was like...
Sky Dancers or
Yeah, it was
shit.
something really like girly.
Yeah, the
like
dudes
fairy
were like
flyers or something. I don't know.
fucking Spec Ops, like Twistas.
Spec Ops Twistles.
They were like holding like two Uzis and like would spin in circles. Just
like machetes like swinging around.
It's like Beyblade in the air, dude.
With real flames.
Oh my god, that would have been dope as shit.
Dude, yeah. I don't know why they didn't do that.
Me either. Anyway,
it's just a saw blade. That's all. There's nothing else. It's just like
what happened to games like or not get toys like that where like you just like they fly. You know, flying toys were always dope.
Yeah, I don't know. I think nowadays we got like drones and shit, and it's just like
yeah, I guess
we're all. I mean, nobody cares anymore.
Yeah, we don't have imagination.
We got like
anymore.
tiny helicopters that fly around your living room. Like nobody needs a fucking Firefly, you know what I'm saying?
Whatever, dude. I still want my Spec Ops Twista, dude. Anyways.
Speaking of Spec Ops Twistas, Devin Mayer here says, what is the most controversial video game?
I think bar none is probably that Hatred game on Steam.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just like a game about like just mass murder.
I mean, that's pretty controversial. But has it caused the most controversy?
Probably not. I mean, I guess the one that caused the most was like the hot coffee thing in Grand Theft Auto, San Andreas.
So I guess depending on how you look at it, we got two answers for you. Probably Hatred and Grand Theft Auto San Andreas.
Yeah,
depending on the lens you're looking through there.
Yeah.
You know?
Which part of Satanic Panic were you know, or what part of it was going on? You know, I feel like it's all based around that, where they're just like, "Oh my God, it's horrible. The children are watching this." You know.
Yeah.
Anyways.
Yeah, that's all we got over here. What do you got on that end?
So we got Josh Pantoja with. Are you guys doing any episodes on old school games for YouTube? We should.
We should.
Yeah, we haven't because we didn't know if anybody would want to watch that. But I guess since you're asking. We can.
Yeah, we're all about some old school games, and we can incorporate that into our couch bro op if you want. We could do a little old school action for you.
Yeah.
Go back to the old Shenmue.
I don't think he means like that old. Like what kind?
Not that old.
No. I mean, not that kind of old. I feel like not many people were just like all about Shenmue and they were.
Yeah.
So let us
Galaga, Pac-Man. What do you
I think he's thinking like N64. Like I think he's thinking like, you know, shit like that.
You should check out our speed runs on YouTube. We've got
Super Mario 64.
Our friend Matt came and did some really great speed runs. We got 2 of them posted on YouTube. They're fun to watch.
That is true. But also, Josh, let me know what you want us to play, and we'll throw it up as one of our couch bro ops. And then also we got from Galactic Hat Trick. Mario or Sonic? I mean, that's a given.
Mario. Any day of the week.
Like, Sonic Adventure 2 is the only good Sonic game that ever happened, in my opinion.
It doesn't even matter what context you're talking about, unless, like, which one would win in a foot race. That's, like, literally the only instance where you'd have to pick Sonic. Because in almost every other situation, Mario's better. You know what I mean? Just better.
I don't know. I mean, I guess like Sonic looks cooler.
Fuck Sonic.
No. Just kidding. It became to taste. No, I'm just kidding.
The taste factor. Okay, yeah,
Sonic would taste
if we're
better
going to
than
taste
Mario.
Factor, yeah, I think Sonic would definitely.
I don't want like a hairy Italian plumber like cooked up in my.
Might be better than Hedgehog.
Yeah.
Blue Hedgehog and ham.
Ooh, I like it. Oh, I saw some weird theory that people were like, what if like the dude in the Sonic movie is actually Knuckles?
Oh shit!
Like because he's like wearing like red or something. I was like,
man.
No way.
I think they would just make Knuckles probably. I don't know.
I spent all that budget on remaking Sonic. Anyways, that's all the questions for this week, guys. Thank you for all of those questions. And we're going to jump on over to the final segment of the show. Brent, take it away.
Ah, yes. Welcome to Brent's Super Hardcore Video Game Trivia Challenge. These are 5 questioning queries contrived from the very heartbeat of video games and diffused together to form the ultimate test of knowledge and willpower.
Ooh.
This week's topic, Star Wars video games.
Boy! Oh, God.
Everybody's head just
explodes. Hits the e-brake. No, I'm just kidding.
Number 1. In the new Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order,
okay,
what color lightsaber blade is locked behind a pre-order bonus?
What the fuck? Why would I know that?
I don't know, man.
That's
Maybe you should have pre-ordered.
Is it orange?
Oh, good job.
Okay. Just
How you know that?
I just guessed.
There you go. You guessed correctly. 1 for 1. Number 2. This droid that appears in both KOTOR 1 and 2 once said this quote.
Oh, God.
Definition. Love is making a shot to the knees of a target 120 kilometers away, using an Artec sniper rifle with a tri-light scope. Love is knowing your target, putting him in your target reticle, and together achieving a singular purpose against statistically long odds.
Fuck, I forget his name. What's the first letter in the name?
That's like literally a fourth of the whole name. It's H.
It's HK. Right? HK?
Yes.
20.
I can't give you any more or else you'll know
No, but I haven't played it in so long. It's like HK 27 or HK.
You're close. You've got one number wrong.
HK 47.
There you go.
There we go. Okay.
I'll give it to you. I'll let that count.
I knew it. I just couldn't remember it's 4 digits. You know, or like 4. Anyways.
Okay. The game Star Wars Jedi Knight 2 Jedi Outcast.
Yeah.
Is set how many years after the events of The Return of the Jedi?
The Return of the Jedi. I would say
I'll give you 3 guesses.
Okay.
I'll give you 3 guesses.
Is it 9 years?
Oh, you're close.
10 years.
Further away from being close.
8 years.
Hey, you got it! You got it! 3 for 3.
I knew it was like right after, but like because Luke is there and he doesn't look much older or anything.
Right.
So
see, I figured you could deduce it just by the age of Luke. Yeah. Okay. 3 for 3. Okay. Number 4.
All right.
Star Wars Bounty Hunter.
Oh, I got
serves as the prequel to which of the Star Wars movies? You only get one guess on this one, so make it count.
Clone Wars.
Ah, good one.
Yeah.
Or Attack of the Clones.
That's what. Yeah, my bad.
I know what you mean. Yeah.
The Clone Wars.
The one where the clones are warring.
Yeah. I always call it that. Attack of the Clones. Yeah. No, I have that on GameCube.
All right, 4 for 4. You're doing great today. This might be the best one yet. Number 5. In which non-Star Wars video game is Yoda a playable character?
Non-Star Wars video game?
Yes.
Is this like a popular game?
Yeah, I would say so.
Oh, Soul Calibur.
Yes, which Soul Calibur?
5. No, 4.
Oh,
sorry,
good one,
sorry,
good one.
sorry.
Yeah,
I don't know why I went to 5. Like, that's like the newest one. Yeah.
Wow, 5 for 5, dude. Good one. This is a new record. I'm gonna have to step up the intensity next week.
It's just because it's Star Wars. Like, I'm a huge fanboy. Like, I'm sorry, but like, I love me some Star Wars.
Yeah.
Though one of those I almost didn't get. The HK because like I knew it was HK, but I just wanted to be sure. Like I was like, what's the first letter? Because I was like thinking, I was like, is it RK? Like I was thinking of like different letters.
Well, there was another droid in number 2. I think it was like it was like something like that.
It was like the
too.
same thing.
So it was kind of a little. I can see where you could get your wires crossed a little bit there.
And I kept thinking of that website VG42 or whatever it is.
Yeah.
I was like, why is that in my head? But anyways, but yeah, That's it, guys. Remember, you've been listening to GameSpeak Podcast courtesy of CreateForSanity.com. The show posts for free every Wednesday on all podcast directories. Be sure to submit any questions you want read on the show to the GameSpeak Podcast Facebook group at facebook.com/group/GameSpeakPodcast. Check out our video content on YouTube at youtube.com/CreateForSanity. And if you want to stay up to date with your boys, you can find me on Twitter at the handle AlJafferJamel and Brent at BrentHas1. And check out the GameSpeak Podcast Instagram.